to an end to the war in Ukraine. Here's Fox's Jared Halpern.
If Friday's summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin goes well, President Trump says there will be a second meeting that includes Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
I would like to do it almost immediately, and we'll have a quick second meeting between President Putin and President Zelensky and myself if they'd like to have me there.
The president is tempering expectations for Friday's meeting in Alaska, but says if Putin does not agree to end the war,
there will be very severe consequences.
President Trump spoke with Zelensky and other European leaders today ahead of Friday's summit. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
The United States is collecting a record amount of revenue through tariffs, but also now facing a bigger deficit than ever before.
The debt to GDP ratio has come down this year, moving in the right direction. You'll see some shrinkage from the government. That's going to come into the numbers next month. So they take some time. But we have inflation, almost no inflation. In fact, it was flat in the last report. While we're seeing record amount of tariffs coming in, so far this fiscal year, the U.S. collected $142 billion in tariffs. That's not only a record for the amount of fiscal year to date, it is a record amount for any full fiscal year in history. In the month of July alone, the U.S. collected 273% more money in tariffs than July of 2024.
Fox's Edward Lawrence. President Trump naming the Kennedy Center honors, and one of them, the rock band Kiss. I didn't know the president was a Kiss fan.
Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, Ace Frehley, and Peter Criss. Kiss became a global phenomenon, sold more than 100 million records worldwide, and produced 30 gold albums and lots of other things they produced. They made a fortune.
The award ceremony is in December. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Might make you wonder who steals from a cemetery. Mostly sunny and 84 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 3:02. Hundreds of bronze vases and markers were taken from graves at New Crown Cemetery in Indianapolis over the last week.
We would like to say how truly sorry we are to families who have been affected. We understand these memorials are deeply meaningful and sacred places for remembrance. It has been a devastating event for our community.
The cemetery's general manager, Linda Gillette, says her staff is working with police to find whoever's responsible. The stolen items are valued at more than $170,000. The state says it got some good news in regards to growth in education. Johnette Cruz reports.
Indiana's reporting a big jump in third grade literacy rates. The latest iRead assessment shows a nearly 5 percentage point increase, with 87% of students now reading proficiently. State leaders say the success is thanks to strategic investments in early literacy, with Governor Mike Braun calling the growth an example of how we are leading the nation in education. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Indiana's Attorney General Todd Rokita filed an amicus brief this week arguing that school policies requiring students to use bathrooms and locker rooms at school consistent with their biological sex are both constitutional and necessary to ensure privacy and safety.
Schools deserve the freedom to enact policies that reflect community values and that protect our most valuable gift from God, and that's our kids.
24 other states are also included in the brief. The statewide average for gas today is $3.23 a gallon, according to AAA. That's 10 cents higher from where it was when the week started. Environmental sustainability and global business is the focus of a new program at Butler University. It's called Butler Overseas in 2027. It's where students can earn a bachelor's degree while studying on 6 continents in 3 years. Anywhere from 30 to 40 students will take part in it. WIBC News Time, 3:04, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with X-Fi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on open Open Signal Awards, USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
With traffic at 3:05, here's Matt Bear.
Southbound 6570, 4-minute delay right now. North split down to the south split. And eastbound 70 is stop and go traffic. Harding into the south split. In Hancock County, eastbound 70 slows up at County Road 400 West only for about a half a mile. And then in Carmel, southbound Keystone Parkway jammed up 106 down to 96. Crash at 38th at Clarendon and crash on the south side Thompson Road at East. Traffic sponsored by Unbound.org. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change their world, and it will change your own. Unbound.org. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
It is going to be muggy with a few spotty showers south and east of Indianapolis today. Highs right around 86. Partly cloudy tonight, not as muggy with lows falling to 67. I'm Wish TV storm tracking meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! Okay, was it today or yesterday, the date that the homeless camp and all the tents at Fountain Square were supposed to be out of there? All gone?
Midnight.
Midnight, okay.
Right. Midnight was the deadline. There should not have been a single tent left in Fountain Square by midnight.
So I'm assuming everything's gone now. The neighbors are happy. They maybe were easily able to put their houses on the market now that there's no tent cities there anymore. Or they're all gone.
Oh, Nudge, you and your drugs.
Huh?
No, they're still there.
Oh.
Only a few people left. And based on everything that we're hearing from the folks living in the tents and our friends in the media, our news partners at Wish TV, they're not going anywhere.
Really?
They have told the city, and the city has responded, fine. Like
that was the official response from the communications director of the Hogshead administration. One word, fine.
We were told by the city that no new tent people can come in. But if you're grandfathered into this little tent strip, tent community of homeless folks there in Fountain Square, you can stay. As a matter of fact, the homeless folks in that tent area, they elected a spokesman. They elected kind of a homeless captain.
Really?
And this was his message to the city of Indianapolis.
I'm not leaving. You bastard.
Not leaving, Nige.
You got me with that one. I thought the tent encampment people actually had a spokesman.
He's the captain. He wears the letter C on his T-shirt.
You got me.
What's the point of a deadline if there's no enforcement of said deadline? Now, listen, I hate the fact these folks are down on their luck. Some folks...
Are they down on their luck, or do they want to be
self-induced
there?
error, right? You're right. Some of them, I think, probably want to be there. They're professional victims. I get that. But, man, if you're going to be a city and say, hey, you've got to be out by August 11th, and August 12th and the 13th rolls around, and they're still there, and your response is, what can you do? Like, that's not a way to run a city.
Just shrug your shoulders, wave your hands. Fine.
Now,
we tried.
If you look at the budget that was presented by Boss Hogsett the other night in that very fiery city county council meeting where there's backstabbing and everything else, we almost forgot to actually talk about the numbers in this budget. So the city of Indianapolis is adding $10 million for homeless initiatives. And this expands to the streets, to the home, Indy repaid programs, all these different groups, okay?
Indy Rapid Rehousing Program is what it is. And I've maintained, Hammer, that's only part of the solution. Getting these people out of tents and putting them into some sort of apartments, kind of a solution, but kind of not, especially if they're mentally ill.
Right. They're not used to it.
Instead of putting them in an apartment, put them in an institution
where they're going to get care.
But you can't. Depending on what the laws and the books are, you can't do that. I mean, it's a doctor's duty to take care of somebody with dementia, right? you don't take care of somebody with dementia, then you're not doing your job. But if you can't force somebody to go get help for their mental problems. And
Correct.
that's so just simply taking them off the street and taking them out of tents and putting them in an apartment doesn't solve the problem in any way, shape, or form.
And again, like I'm having a hard time even understanding the names of these organizations. Streets to Home Indy, the Rapid Rehousing Program. So why can't we just find the folks that do this really well? The Salvation Army, the Wheeler Mission. There are a number of other places. We don't need to reinvent the wheel here. We need to take care of the places that we already have.
And there's a lot of government initiatives and programs and federally funded programs to help people that are truly down on their luck get back on their feet, find a job, find a place of residence.
Be rehabilitated.
Yes.
That's the point. Now, let me go through the numbers here because I don't want to get sidetracked on the programs.
All right.
So the budget adds $10 million for these homeless initiatives. Maybe you've heard of some of these places. Maybe you haven't. $10 million. But also, the budget has $57.7 million capital plan for Indy parks, replacing playgrounds and updating facilities, splash pads. Okay, parks are important, but $57.7 million for parks.
It must be in bad shape. They need
But only $10 million for the homeless problem you've got in this city? Another $50 million going to road infrastructure. So you tell me, Nige, which one of these is the most important? Which one is the least important? Battling the homeless crisis, infrastructure of the streets of the capital city, or parks?
Infrastructure, homeless, and parks.
Parks gets the most money. Like, we can go back and forth on whether or not it's homeless or the roads. They're both in bad shape. But parks getting $57.7 million?
It's a community thing.
I mean, I'd like to see $57.7 million going to the roads, $50 million fighting homeless, and then maybe $10 million for parks. Like, I'm not saying don't give parks money, but for them to be getting the most out of homeless and infrastructure for the city of Indianapolis, I don't know about that.
Ratio? But I'm just saying, what is the ratio? We had a clip on here the other day of how many homeless people are actually living in Indiana or Indianapolis within the city. I don't have that clip with me, and I can't remember the total. But it's not like in the thousands. So what I'm saying is $10 million to help a few hundred homeless people. That seems like a decent amount to me. Now, again, I don't know what the stat is. I don't have it in front of me. I swear to God, we played a clip the other day that somebody was breaking it down.
5-1, Parks gets more money than homeless. I can't agree with you on that. Not at all. $10 million is a lot of money, but when you're considering giving $57 million to fix splash pads, I feel like you should do a better job of the people sleeping on the streets on Monument Circle. Like, you can't walk anywhere downtown right now without stepping over a homeless person. And I'm sorry they're down on their luck, but some of these people are awful surly and rotten too.
Oh, yeah. To
me, that's a little bit more important than fixing the slides. You and I can disagree on that, and that's fine. You may have heard this in the news at the top of the hour. The iRead scores came in. Good news. It's up 5% year over year. So for the kids that are taking this iRead test, 87.3% of Indiana's third graders exhibit proficiency and reading skills. That's good. That's up 5% year over year.
Okay, I'll take it.
Now, it's still down from 2012 when it was 91.4%. So it's up basically 5% year over year. It's down from 2012, 2013, about 5%.
Well, when you yank kids out of school in the middle of their semester and put their noses in laptops for what amounts to be a cold for 5, 6, 7, 8 months, you might have a slight dip in reading comprehension. And you know what I'm getting at.
The COVID lockdowns.
Yes.
Now, I do believe these third graders here, I don't believe the lockdowns had that much of effect on them. I think we're starting to get to the groups now that, COVID was before their time.
You're right.
But still, you want progress, and we're seeing progress. I don't know if they're grading it the same way.
You make a good point. These are third graders. I don't know. I'm just saying, what changed from 2012 to 2025? There was 91%.
Maybe it's the Chromebooks. You brought that up. Maybe kids learn better from an actual book. One they have to open up and read and take notes on. And
how novel. What a novel concept that is.
But, yeah, this is it's kind of good news, right? Up 5% year over year, but still down 5% basically from 2012, 2013, which brings us to great moments in learning to read history. In the movie Zoolander, when they wanted to open up the Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good, and they showed him the model, and he thought that was actually the size.
I give you the Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good.
What is this?
A center for ants?
How can we be expected to teach children to learn how to read if they can't even fit inside the building?
Great moments in learning to read history.
I didn't even know there was such a thing, but apparently there is.
The scene in the movie Wayne's World where Wayne's trying to win an Oscar, talking about how much he's going to miss Cassandra.
Cassandra, I love you. You may not believe it, but I love you. Am I supposed to just turn my back and leave? Am I supposed to be a man? Am I supposed to say, that's okay, I don't mind? I don't mind. Well, I mind. I mind big time. But you know what the worst part of all is? I never learned to read.
And last, but certainly not least, great moments in learning to read history, Billy Madison.
Oh.
Once there was a girl who wanted
He can't even read.
to
Cut it out, dude. You're gonna get us in trouble.
Today, Junior.
Great moments in learning to read history.
One thing on the parks, Kevin Parsons just emailed us, Hammer and Nigel at WIBC.com. Guys, the $50 million for Indy Parks was, quote, free money from Lilly and can only be spent on parks. So there might be something to that.
Okay.
But did you also get what I was saying, though, about the homeless population and how much money we're spending? I don't know how big the homeless population is in Marion County.
It seems pretty big when I look out at the circle right now.
Sure, yeah, I know.
Like, I don't know. Matt Bear.
All right, eastbound 74 coming from Brownsburg to Indianapolis. I see the right lane closed right now by some police activity before Raceway Road. This has us backed up to Ronald Reagan Parkway. Inbound 65 slows from west to Meridian Penn. Southbound 65 70 stop and go traffic from the north split to the south split. And northbound 65 southside construction delay running from Raymond into the south split. Traffic sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Good. I'm really glad that the reading scores for the third graders are improving. All right? It may not be much, and it may not be where it was in the 2012s, but I'm glad it's happening.
So what you're saying is you want one more round of great moments in learning to read history, the press conference between boxer Floyd Mayweather, who may or may not know how to read, and UFC fighter Conor McGregor.
He's 40! You're 40 years of age! Dress your f***ing age! Carrying a school bag on stage! What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read!
Great moments in learning to read history. It's 86 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
School bag.
Matt Bear here for Trajan Wealth. We've talked a bit about Trajan Wealth's core philosophies like low expenses, manager tenure, and tax efficiency. It's music to my ears, very Hoosier, in fact. And just some of the qualities that convinced me to become a client of Trajan Wealth. So I'm very excited to announce that Trajan is hosting this movie premiere for their new documentary, Retirement on the Brink. It's an eye-opening documentary that everyone nearing retirement needs to see. Get your VIP ticket by going to retirementonthebrink.com or calling 800-670-0366. Retirement on the Brink from Trajan Wealth is for anyone putting together a roadmap for their personal wealth management. You can reserve your seat now at retirementonthebrink.com or call 800-670-0366. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement. DBA in most states is Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Likes a cold shower? LD Smith has hot deals on water heaters. Save up to $300 on a new water heater install.
LD Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Do you spend half your day walking or standing while working? If you have foot, knee, or low back pain, the Good Feet store wants to help you like we helped Tony.
Pain that I experience the most is foot pain from being on my feet all day. You're having to kind of talk to yourself through the whole shift, like, I got this, I can do this. Before, I felt defeated, and now it's like, all right, let's go. I'm ready. A whole new life, like sunshine coming on.
And here's Dennis.
Working at an amusement park, it's always on your feet. I just couldn't take it. I just couldn't believe that putting these arch supports in made that much of a difference that quickly. Good Feet just took that pain away, and I could do my job, and I could take care of my family. I know what my tomorrow is going to be. It's going to be positive, and it's going to be pain-free.
You deserve a better life, too. Stop into the Good Feet store today. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood, just off the 65.
Thanks to the Good Feet store. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
The Indiana State Fair. It is a Hoosier masterpiece, a summer tradition like no other. I love the fair, the food, the concerts, more food, the tap room, the dairy bar, and coming up on August 14th, it's AAA Hoosier Motor Club Day, where AAA Hoosier Motor Club members get in free. AAA Day at the Indiana State Fair. You don't pay admission, just show your AAA card, and you are in for a full day of fun. And also going on right now is your chance to win a free music vacation with AAA's Ultimate Concert Sweepstakes. This includes 2 concert tickets to any Live Nation venue in the United States, plus airfare, hotel, and $200 to spend. Register online or on AAA Hoosier Motor Club's social media page. And if you subscribe to receive AAA Hoosier Motor Club emails, you get 5 additional entries. Visit AAA.com or call 844-GO, AAA GO, or stop by that local AAA office.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
You set him up and I'll knock him back, Lloyd. 1 by 1.
We are Curry Booze News, cause it's really fun.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
Hammer Nigel presents
Booze News, Booze News.
Time for
Booze News. Hammer, a record number of Americans see even moderate drinking as harmful.
Boo!
Record high percentage of U.S. adults, 53%, now say moderate drinking is bad for their health. That's up from 28% in 2015.
So it's gone up from 28% to 53%?
Yeah, in 10 years. Concerns about health impacting and leading fewer Americans reporting that they drink alcoholic beverages, with only 54% of U.S. adults saying they drink. Lowest in 3 decades. Lowest in 3 decades is the number that they're throwing around here.
So I'm telling you, if the number has jumped that high of people being concerned, they weren't drinking in moderation. They probably hit the sauce a little hard, and now they're coming to the table saying, well, maybe it's a little too much. I don't know.
Or is it the younger generation that can't handle the hangovers?
That could be too.
You weaklings, you softies, younger people are soft. And then old people like me, like I'm getting to the point, I don't like feeling like crap in the morning. I mean, I get over it pretty quick, pop a couple of Advil, but I'm hardly even at that point where I even... You know what the last thing that just kind of like made me feel weird was Lindsay bought some, they have some THC infused seltzer water that they sell. I forget what brand it is. So it's like weed water almost, but they sell it legally. And I never, I didn't feel like drinking a beer. So
do people like that?
I taste it.
I always thought the bong water was awful.
But no, it's seltzer water in a can, THC infused. It was Friday night. The kids had gone off to bed, and I'll try this, and it just made me kind of tired and lethargic, and it tasted funky.
You woke up in Debo's chicken coop the next day, like Smokey.
No, it did not. It did not affect me like that in any way.
Yeah, it takes quite a bit to get the veterans like us to feeling like hungover.
Yeah.
Like if we're hungover, we went hard in the paint.
Yeah, and
the
stayed
night
up
before
late.
and stayed up late. Speaking of which, Nige, if you need a reason to drink tonight,
it's a great segue.
52 years ago today, in 1973, Leonard Skinner dropped their self-titled album, and this thing was a monster.
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner, one of the greats of rock and roll, Southern rock, I guess would be the genre you would put them in.
I mean, I can name...
Well, don't name the songs.
Okay.
Because I want to see if Allison has heard of the songs.
All right. Is it just songs off the first album?
No, greatest hits.
Okay.
I've got a 7-song montage of the best hits of Leonard Skinner. I'm setting the over-under of songs that Allison has heard of at 4.5.
Oh, over. I'm going over with Allison. I think I've gone under the past few times.
Okay.
And come on.
How confident do you feel in your Southern rock?
So this is my mom's favorite band. So I feel like it's going to sound familiar, but I will say I could not name them. But so we'll see. I don't know. We'll
you just had to have heard of them, okay?
Correct.
Honor system as always. 7 songs. Nigel's on the over at 4.5. Here we go.
Sweet home. Of course, yes.
Number 1. 2 for 2.
I don't know for sure. Well, good know. Yes.
We got 3.
Yes.
There's 4.
What's your name?
There's 5. That's the over.
There it is.
And we got 1 left.
Yes.
Oh, let it finish. Let it go.
Awesome. Man, it's funny. Half those songs you played in that montage hammer are on the first album. Tuesday's Gone, Give Me 3 Steps, Simple Man. I don't know how you got Simple Man, but you didn't know Simple Man, but you knew Mr. Saturday Night.
Yeah, I couldn't say for sure, so I don't know what it was. So.
No, we left some on the table. I mean, they're a hit machine.
Please. Freebirds on the first album.
So well done, Allison, with your knowledge of Leonard Skinner right there.
52 years old. Wow.
Hey, coming up next, Rob Kendall's going to be a part of this because he's a big golf guy, right? And we're going to speak to Pat Perez. He's a former golfer. Now he's on the broadcast crew for Live Golf. Fun dude. Used to have like the best mullet in America. And he is going to be talking to us about what we can expect from the Live Golf Tour. That's coming up next. This is the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay,
Ooh,
deep breath.
High five.
You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced advanced security? I'm so stoked.
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm? Totally natural.
Sweet. Thank you. Thank you. High five, everybody. High five.
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five.
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Hammer here for my friends at Diamonds Direct, North Side, Keystone at the Crossing. It's right there by that green bridge. And Diamonds Direct, direct being the key word here, because you get incredible diamonds direct from the source. That's where they get the price breaks from. Like Diamonds Direct is already known for having the biggest selection and the lowest prices, but the reason they're able to do that is you're getting it straight from the source. They cut out the middleman. And right now, guys, listen to this. If you're going to be buying an engagement ring, if you're thinking about popping the question over the fall, over the holidays, do it now at Diamonds Direct and you get the wedding band for free. Think about the savings there. Diamonds Direct. Buy that engagement ring, get the wedding band for free. No extra, no nonsense, just the best of the best. Diamonds Direct. Keystone at the Crossing. Tell them Hammer from Hammer and Nigel sent you.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It's causing stress for several people. Skies have turned cloudy, but nothing on radar. 89 degrees on Monument Circle. I'm John Herrick, and this report is brought to you by Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 3:32. Some Hoosier families with loved ones at New Crown Cemetery in Indianapolis are learning that hundreds of bronze vases valued at more than $170,000 were taken from headstones over the last week.
We have found vases, bronze vases, and some that aren't bronze but are metal, and had 2 bronze memorials that have been removed, but we found them and they're still at the cemetery, and we will replace those.
Linda Gillette is the cemetery's general manager. She says 246 solid bronze vases were taken from headstones at New Crown Cemetery. IMPD is working with Gillette and her staff on the case. President Trump says he wants the federal control of Washington, D.C.'s police to be extended. Today, he said he's planning to ask Congress for an extension of the federalization of the police force in the nation's capital. Any extensions, though, have to be approved by Congress, and that's doubtful because he would need support from Democrats. The president is also trying to end the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. Here's what he had to say about that today.
If the first one goes okay, we'll have a quick second one. I would like to do it almost immediately. And we'll have a quick second meeting between President Putin and President Zelensky and myself if they'd like to have me there.
He's meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday in Alaska. He says he'll impose severe penalties on Russia if Putin doesn't agree to a deal. New details coming out about the suspect charged with shooting and killing a police officer outside of CDC headquarters in Atlanta last week. That's where Fox's Jonathan Siri is reporting.
Investigators say that 30-year-old Patrick Joseph White had no prior criminal history, but he had expressed thoughts of suicide. So there had been some previous police involvement with the family. In fact, on the day of the shooting, his father contacted police asking to speak with an officer who had responded to a previous call regarding his son. Investigators say Mr. White broke into his father's gun safe and used the weapons to fire more than 500 shots, striking CDC buildings nearly 200 times.
And police say White believed that the COVID-19 vaccine had a negative impact on his health. This year's edition of the NBA Couple Tip-Off on Halloween. The league released the group play schedule for the in-season tournament today. The Los Angeles Clippers visit the Los Angeles Lakers November 25th, and the Golden State Warriors battle the Houston Rockets November 26th. Knockout rounds will start December 9th, and the championship game will be played December 16th in Las Vegas. It's 3:35, your traffic and weather in 1 minute.
The kids are heading back to school, and let's be honest, you're finally getting the house to yourself again, which makes now the perfect time to take care of that roof, siding, or gutters you've been putting off. And Moss Roofing is here to help. Moss Roofing has been helping Central Indiana homeowners for 34 years. They're family-owned, locally rooted, and known for doing things right every shingle time. Free inspections, honest advice, and top-quality work on roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. They treat your home like it's their own, and they clean up like they were never there. That's why they've got great reviews and a loyal following of happy homeowners. So don't put it off any longer. Let Moss Roofing check your roof, your siding, and your gutters to make sure they're ready for the winter ahead. For your free inspection, call 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Katz sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
With traffic at 3:36, here's Matt Bear.
Eastbound 74 before Raceway Road, police activity has the right lane, and traffic is stop and go back to Ronald Reagan Parkway. Southbound 6570 delayed 4 minutes from the north split to the south split, courtesy of construction. Northbound 65 slow before Raymond into the south split. A reminder, Lafayette Road Bridge still shut down over 465. It's indefinite, and we'll let you know when we get more information as in a timeline on that. Northbound 65 south side slow after Southport Road 2465 because of construction, and eastbound 465 slow from 31 over to Arlington Avenue. Crash on the south side, Thompson Road east. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust local, trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
Partly cloudy skies today. We will see a few spotty showers south and east of Indianapolis later this afternoon. It'll be muggy with highs near 86. Partly cloudy skies tonight, not going to be as humid. Lows will fall to 67. Humidity values drop for your Thursday, mostly sunny with highs near 86. The heat is on for the weekend. We'll look for mostly sunny skies heading into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with temperatures in the low and middle 90s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Tara Hastings for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Rip it and rip it, baby. It is on like Donkey Kong this week. Chatham Hills, that's the place. Live Golf, August 15th through the 17th. And joining us now on the hotline, I think it's fair to say, at one point, had the most bitchin' mullet in the United States of America. He's the on-course analyst for Live Golf, Pat Perez. My man, how are you?
I'm great, guys. Thanks for having me. How we doing?
We're doing great. And, Pat, you've given one of the great answers anybody could ever give. I think it was Golf Digest spoke to you about making that transition from the playing course to the broadcast crew. And I've got it right in front of me. Quote, I'm going to try not to get arrested or shot.
Yeah, that's I've done good so far. I've got 2 events left where they can get me, but somehow I've held it together so far. They keep asking me to come back.
Hey, Pat, Rob Kendall here. I'm curious how you made the choice to go to Live, because obviously every player, especially early on, you were one of the early guys to go. It was such a high-profile decision. What went into your decision-making process to leave the PGA Tour and head to Live?
Really, I couldn't turn down the money. I mean, at my age of 46, you know, they were starting a new league, and I was kind of struggling. I didn't want to be on the road a ton. And, you know, as much as I love the PGA Tour, you know, it was just hard to turn down. DJ called me, and you know, it was a hard decision, but I don't know, not really. I guess it was just something. I don't know. It was put in front of me, and I had to think about it for about a week, and I just ultimately start thinking about what could happen, and what was I going to be? Was I going to be able to compete against the John Rahms and all these new kids coming up at 46, 7, 8, 9, up to 50? And I thought, no, I'm probably not going to. I could lose my card in a year, and then what? Then I'm sitting around waiting for the Champions Tour. So I went for it, and it was a fun 3 years. It really was. It was a new thing, and it was pretty cool.
Are you having fun now? Like, compare the fun level, like being out on the road with the live guys, where, the rules are a little lax. You can wear shorts. You can do some of the things you can't do on live guys, where, the rules are a little lax. You can wear shorts. You can do some of the things you can't do on the PGA Tour. Are you having more fun now, or was it more fun back in the day?
Well, when we were winning, we were winning, so I knew, we were making a boatload of cash.
Right.
I'm not playing now, obviously, but I've got some. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm turning 50 in March, so I'm hoping I can play the Champions Tour next year, and kind of do both. That would be like a perfect world for me. But it is. It's relaxed. I'm still with all my boys I've played with forever. Now it's kind of funny because I get to comment on their shots, and they don't really get to say anything to me because I call it the way it is.
Right.
So it is what it is.
You get to bust their balls on television. They have to sit there and take it.
It's actually fun, but no, I don't wear them out. I don't wear them out too bad. They're all still my boys, but it's different. It's obviously different. They, I finished 48 last year, but didn't get signed to another team, so they offered me TV. I said sure, and then I'll see what happens when I turn 50. Maybe I can play a Champions Tour, and that would be something I spent 21 years on the PGA Tour doing to be able to qualify for that tour straight out. So we'll see what happens.
Live golf commentator Pat Perez is our guest. Liv's going to be here in Westfield, Chatham Hills, August 15th through the 17th. So one of the cool things about Live, you guys play a lot of courses that golf fans might have heard about, but because the PGA Tour's on a regular schedule, we never got to see. Talk about seeing some of these new courses like the ones you're going to play this week here in Indiana.
Yeah, I'm actually on the third hole right now at the Aces, and it's a pretty cool spot. It reminds me of a course I played the U.S. Open qualifier at in Muirfield, and it's cool. It's an awesome joint. The house is all different colors. The course looks like it's in great shape. The boys seem to like it. It's a cool little spot. It's always nice to see a new joint. And again, I was talking to the GM here, Matt, and I said, what do you think about this week? He goes, we got 70,000 people coming out. He goes, we are so starved for golf in Indiana, because the last time I was even here, I played crooked stick for the BMW.
Yeah.
So the fans are ready. You guys know better than anybody. It's a huge sports town. We were downtown, yesterday checking out. We went to the zoo to check it out for a little bit with my son, and passed by Lucas Oil, and the Fever game was there last night. And it was the town's rocking. I mean, it's obviously a huge sports town, and with the Pacers this year was huge. So golf has just not been here enough, unfortunately. But I think it's going to be out, and they're going to be out heavy this year.
So what are these sports fans in Indy going to see starting on the 15th? Take us through what a live event really is like.
Well, they open the gates about 2 hours early, and then they get to see everybody play at once. The difference between the live and the PGA Tours, if you want to see everybody, all your people you want to see play, you got to be there all day because of tee times, right? Well, this is like going to a football game or soccer game or basketball game. You get to see everybody at once, and it's played in about 4.5 hours. Everybody's on the course at the same time, so you can go back and forth, or you can pick one of the great spots to, like Club 54 or the Birdie Shack or some of these spots on the course that are like party scenes. And they got a party hole, where you can hang out and, drink and you listen to music, and it's a cool vibe. But you're going to see some really, really good players go by. No matter where you are on the course, they're going to pass by you at the same time, as everybody else. So it's pretty cool.
Pat Perez, our guest. Live Golf coming to Westfield, Chatham Hills, August 15th through the 17th. Okay, so tell it. I mean, there's a lot of big names. Obviously, you got Rahm, you got Cam Smith, Mickelson. I mean, some huge Dustin Johnson.
Brooks, DJ, yeah.
That's right. But I think the biggest known quantity Live has is Bryson DeChambeau. Talk
100%.
about watching that guy hit a drive and what that experience is like.
Knowing Bryce as long as I have, because I met him when he came out, when he was small and scrawny and, didn't hit it a mile, and he was more of a tactical type of player. And now the tactics are a little different, but now his tactic is just hit it as far as he can, get it near the green, like he did at Winged Foot, and win. But he's just kind of transformed himself But to watch him as a driver is just amazing. I'm telling you. But I'm telling you, this new kid that we got, this Josele Ballester, who lost in the playoff last week with Rahm and Dean Birdmeister, this kid hits it a mile. I'm telling you. I think his numbers are actually faster than Bryson's. So if you're coming out to watch this week, check for Josele Ballester. You will not believe how far this kid hits it.
Hey, when you address people, do you end everything with, but what do I know? I just won 4 times on the PGA Tour.
No. Well, that's one thing that at least I can give a little bit of knowledge because I played so long. But, I would kill to have played like these guys for longer because I would have had a much better career. But, but I grew up in the Tiger era, so nobody's ever going to beat him. But, it's cool to watch these guys, but I kind of learn, I'm learning things from these top players. I play with Rahm at home all the time at Silverleaf, so I get to see him, up close and personal all the time. But to see Bryson play all the time, and like Birdmeister, he played phenomenal last week, and it's kind of cool to see these guys. The kind of unsung guy, or the guy that nobody really talks about enough, is Tyrrell Hatton. He's played phenomenal this year, but it is really cool to watch Bryson play. I mean, the way he attacks and the lines he does and all the stuff he puts into every single shot is like nothing I've ever seen. It's just a completely different process of how anybody else attacks the game.
Hammer, you would love Tyrell Hatton. He swears all the time on the golf course. That's his MO.
Yeah.
You'd love him.
That's who I'm betting on. That's my guy. That's where my money's going this weekend. Then, damn it, I'm in.
It's a good bet. It's a good bet.
Hey, Pat, last thing here before we let you go. Pat Perez with us, Live Golf, coming to Chatham Hills. Best golf movie character. Not best golf movie, because that argument's played out. If you could be a golf character, is it Tim Cup? Is it Happy Gilmore? Is it the Smales kid picking his nose in Caddyshack? Give me a golf character that you think is awesome.
I mean, the best one I've seen to date was JD in Happy Gilmore 2. He was so good now. He actually saved the movie. I mean, he was phenomenal in that movie. I mean, playing the kind of, I don't want to say bum, but the guy living in the garage, and he was awesome. Now, he was so good, but best character has got to be Judge Smales. I mean, just incredible. I mean, the guy, just amazing. But I mean, honestly, in all honesty, it's Rodney Dangerfield, 100% Al Czervik. No better character in any golf movie of any time.
Pat, I don't mean to hold a grudge here, but several years ago, you were several hundred to one to win a tournament. I put $1 on you. You were actually near the top of the leaderboard going into the weekend, and then it just didn't go well. So I'm not saying you owe me that $1 back, but I'm just saying.
You come out this week, I'll give you $2.
Hell yeah. Check him out, man. He's awesome on the broadcast team. Live Golf, coming to Chatham Hills this week, August 15th through the 17th. The biggest names in the sport. Pat, enjoy your time in Indy, and thanks for taking the time.
Will do. Anybody that's coming out, enjoy it. Have a blast. You're going to have a great time. Get up close and personal with the pros. You're going to have, I'm telling you, it's going to be an event like you haven't seen before. Thanks, guys, for having me. I appreciate it.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
When it comes to your savings in retirement, you're not just going to throw it all in the stock market, are you? It could crash tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen. If you have more than $200,000 saved for retirement, you could put it in the stock market, or you could make a smart move and get a 20% upfront bonus and a competitive return that's averaged more than 10% annually over the last 10 years.
All right, so let's do a little math here. If you invest $200,000, you get an upfront $40,000 bonus. Now we're talking about $240,000. Take that $240,000, and you could earn a 10% bonus that first year. That now becomes $264,000. See, Bill Demery is working for you. All you have to do is set up that free meeting. 317-648-5120. 648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy. 317-648-5120.
Citizens, since we each upgraded to Xfinity in our homes, the Wi-Fi has been booming. It's fair to say our town has officially become a boomtown.
Mayor, will I be able to drop into multiplayer gaming battles with low lag?
The lag won't be an issue, but your questionable skills may be.
And what if I have hundreds of devices on the Wi-Fi? Purely hypothetical.
Seems like a lot, but sure, hundreds of devices all booming together with the Xfinity Gateway. Yes, friends and neighbors, with Xfinity, the Wi-Fi is booming.
The Wi-Fi isn't the only thing that's booming. Now get the most reliable Wi-Fi and our best-in-class equipment for one consistent price for 5 years guaranteed. All in. Plus, get unlimited data included and no annual contract. All with the 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Select plans only. Xfinity Gateway with XFi Complete required for unlimited data except in certain areas. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, August 2024. Actual speeds vary.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Discussing end-of-life matters can be uncomfortable, but it's also necessary to ensure that loved ones' wishes are well known ahead of time. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. Up next, I'll share suggestions to help ease anxiety surrounding the talk.
Cardon & Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us to find a community near you.
Direct, open, and honest conversation is the best way to discuss end-of-life wishes. Knowing your loved one's preferred treatments and desired arrangements will ready everyone for when the time comes. Also helpful, creating a will or trust to ensure assets are distributed accordingly. And consider an end-of-life doula to assist your family during the process. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access the library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun, brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window, we mean business.
More tariffs later, tornadoes possible.
WIBC.com gives you more than just headlines. It's context, updates, and insight. Whether you're at work, on the move, or catching up late, the latest is already there. Stay in the know while you're on the go at WIBC.com.
Don't forget, you can buy your Hammer and Nigel Show shirts. You can also buy your Guy Relford shirts, your I Hate Rob Kendall or I Love Rob Kendall shirts. Store.hammerandnigel.com. By popular demand, tank tops now available. V-necks up there as well. Store.hammerandnigel.com. Matt Bear.
Eastbound 74 in from Brownsburg. We are jammed. Ronald Reagan Parkway, almost to Raceway Road. There's police activity in the right lane. Please be safe. Northbound 65 on the south side has tightened up big time. Southport Road past 465. That is stop-and-go traffic for a 13-minute delay. And after that, we slow again from Raymond into the south split. That's because of construction. Southbound 65, 70 delayed 6 minutes. North split to the south split. Eastbound 70 loaded from Belmont into the south split. And on the east side, northbound 465 slows from 70 up to East 56th Street. Traffic sponsored by B-Window. Right now, employee-owned B-Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local. Trust employee-owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Here at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, it is an absolutely perfect, beautiful, sunny, 85-degree day, and there's not a single person working on the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, Nige.
There was earlier today.
Did they
I saw them use a crane.
The crane was in motion?
It was in motion, so maybe after that they just
Was the crane lifting anything, or were they just moving the crane to say they did something?
Well, I cannot confirm or deny that.
Okay.
Was there anybody swinging a sledgehammer?
No sledgehammers.
Was there anybody up on the steps of the Soldiers and Sailors Monument with a hard hat?
There was one guy.
Was he picking up anything?
They were looking at the stair.
It's not done yet.
They all had their hands in their pockets.
Is it done yet? No? Okay, let's call it a day. Like, today is a beautiful, it's perfect outside.
There should be 80 guys out there.
Right, but they're all over at government-funded hotels to try to make
yeah.
sure that thing gets up like a rocket ship. But the most photographed thing in the state of Indiana, the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, there's nobody ever working on it.
It's got to be done by Christmas, right? The south side of the... First of all, the north side looks fantastic.
Which Christmas? This year?
Yes,
Next year?
This
2030?
2025. That's what I was...
They're going to have government-funded hotels start from the ground up and be finished before they did the updates on the Soldiers and Sailors Monument. Not a single person working out here right now on Monument Circle.
That's crazy.
And it's beautiful. All right, do not go anywhere. When we come back, where are your Indiana State Democrats? We know. We'll talk about it next.
Yeah, apparently the heat is not stopping this summer. If your AC is working overtime to keep your house cool and comfortable, you might be needing some new windows. You could replace your old or builder-grade windows with custom-built, high-quality windows from Window Nation, the kind that I have at my house, the kind that keep the cold air in and the hot air out. Go to windownation.com for much more. And this deal, 50% off all window styles.
Time is a factor. You're going to miss out on this deal if you don't call Window Nation. 866-90-NATION. Even if you just have questions, even if you just have a couple things you want to talk to a representative about, call Window Nation and lock this deal in. 866-90-NATION. Get the free estimate. Schedule it right now. 50% off. All window styles. No payments for 2 years. Call now. 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Hammer and Nigel to 46220. That's Hammer and Nigel to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today. Central Indiana knows tough, but your water shouldn't be. Indiana ranks among the hardest water in the country, and your home is paying the price. Connecticut's non-electric technology means no timer, settings, or headaches. Just water that works, even when the power doesn't. And the twin tank design means clean, soft water 24/7. Connecticut water softeners are the solution, made in the U.S. Visit ConnecticutIndy.com and mention Made in the U.S. for an additional $250 off your purchase of a softener. Connecticut, American-made, Midwest tough.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do Did you know up to 50% of outdoor water use is wasted? And did you know that there are things you can do to help change that? Indiana American Water suggests that you water early or late in the day to reduce evaporation. Also, be sure to fix any leaks and skip watering when rain is in the forecast. Consider rain barrels, mulch your garden, and use drip irrigation for your plants. Be water wise. Conserve today, sustain tomorrow. Find more conservation tips at Indiana American Water's Wise Water Use Resources at indianaamwater.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, why police are investigating something that's happened recently at an Indianapolis cemetery, what the latest data shows about how kids are reading in Indiana, and where you can see an Indiana Pacer posting up for autographs soon. Those stories and more after Fox News on 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, it's 4 o'clock.
Setting expectations. I'm Tom Graham, Fox News. President Trump says he'll push for a halt to the fighting in Ukraine as he prepares for Friday's meeting with Russian leader Vladimir Putin.
This war would have never happened if I were president. But it is what it is, and I'm here to fix it. And I'm here to stop 6,000, 7,000 people last week. 7,213 people last week were killed. Mostly soldiers.
President has been ramping up pressure on Putin as he pushes for a ceasefire deal. Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky will not be attending Friday's meeting in Alaska. Some Washington leaders have been critical of President Trump's temporary federal takeover of the D.C. Metro Police, but there also appears to be cooperation. Police Chief Pamela Smith.
What we're going to do is build upon that and working collaboratively with our U.S. Marshals, our DEA, and all of the other federal partners here to ensure that we're placing resources around our city in those areas where we've seen an impact at this increase in crime.
Speaking on Fox's Good Day DC, the administration also calling for tougher laws to crack down on juveniles. U.S. Attorney for DC, Jeanine Pirro.
The president wants to make the Capitol safe and beautiful, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And the only way to do that is to change the laws that have protected young children who are committing adult crime.
The federal government taking over control of the D.C. police for a 30-day period Monday, but President Trump is pushing for an extension. In New York City, Democratic mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani speaking out against President Trump and his immigration crackdown.
We are fighting to keep this city a sanctuary city.
Speaking on Staten Island today as part of his 5 boroughs against Trump tour. The U.S. Treasury Department imposing sanctions today on more than a dozen Mexican companies and 4 people it claims worked with a powerful drug cartel to scam elderly Americans. The announcement comes as the Trump administration continues to pressure the Mexican government to crack down on those drug cartels. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They've got a lot of work to do. Light rain on radar in areas south of Indianapolis, partly cloudy and 88 degrees in the Circle City. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 4:02. Hundreds of bronze vases and markers were stolen from graves at New Crown Cemetery over the last week. Cemetery General Manager Linda Gillette says hundreds of solid bronze vases were taken off headstones.
We have counted 246 vases missing, and we are still walking the grounds to get a final number.
She says they're also working with Indianapolis police to find whoever's responsible. Leaders in Indiana say the state has seen a record-breaking increase in third-grade literacy rates. The latest iRead assessment shows a nearly 5 percentage point jump, with more than 87% of students now reading proficiently. It's the largest single-year increase since the test began in 2013. In an amicus brief filed this week, Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita says schools maintaining policies that require a student to use a bathroom and locker room based on their biological sex and not their gender identity is constitutional.
Mandating co-ed bathrooms where boys are showering with girls, that kind of thing just ignores biological realities and undermines the privacy and safety of every woman student. of every student generally.
25 states in total are a part of the coalition. A man and woman both arrested in a child abuse case by IMPD. Jarrett Lewis reports.
A 911 call last week brought IMPD officers to an area on Indianapolis's west side. They found a 3-year-old girl with bruises all over her body. Following an investigation by IMPD child abuse detectives, along with the Homicide Unit and Department of Child Services, officers arrested 24-year-old Joshua Cahigas and 22-year-old Melly Jackson. They face preliminary charges relating to abuse and neglect. According to doctors, the child has a, quote, very high probability of death due to her injuries. The injuries include a bleed on the brain with a fracture to her upper jawbone. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And the Indianapolis Indians said today that they're having a T.J. McConnell night for a pregame autograph session August 25th. McConnell's a guard from the Indiana Pacers who helped the team reach the NBA Finals this past season. The autograph session will run from 5:30 until 6:10 that evening. 4:04, your traffic and weather next.
Golf fans, convention goers, and visitors of all kinds, welcome to Indianapolis, a great event hosting city thanks to Hoosier hospitality and terrific infrastructure like state-of-the-art stadiums, meeting spaces, and hotels, plus a world-class airport and interstates that make it easy to get around. But these buildings and roads don't just happen. They're built by men and women living here in central Indiana. Union members of Labor's Local 120 maintain and build Indy's roads, bridges, and highways. They're the ones you pass as you drive by the orange barrels. It's hard work, dangerous work. Yet there they are, working to make sure you have a smoother, safer ride to your event. And just like you, they'd like to get home safe too. So let's be mindful of the local workers who make the roads safe for all of us.
This is Chris Bricky, business manager of Labor's Local 120. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down. Save lives. We're all in this together.
Traffic at 4:05. Here's Matt Bear.
Northbound 465 on the east side slows from 70 up to Penn Pike. At southbound 465 on the east side, stop and go traffic from 70 down to Washington Street. Now on the south side, we have loaded up on northbound 65 stop and go traffic right now from Southport Road up to South Keystone Avenue. That is a 14-minute delay. Southbound lanes also struggling through the construction. Raymond Street down to 465. Eastbound 70 grinds beginning at Harding Street into the south split. Southbound 65, 70 delayed 10 minutes from the north split to the south split because of construction. Northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go. 86th Street up to 865. Eastbound 465 slows from Keystone Avenue over to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
The forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
A less humid Thursday, but still warm and actually dry with highs in the mid to upper 80s under mostly sunny skies. Friday, though, we will very quickly turn back to being miserable with highs pushing back to the 90-degree mark under plenty of sunshine. There's a very low chance for a straight shower or thunderstorm then. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
So, Hammer, am I supposed to be impressed? Am I supposed to feel a sense of pride that the Indiana Democrats, state reps, or have traveled to Chicago to join the Texas Democrat state reps to complain about gerrymandering and redistricting? How am I supposed to feel about this? Because I really could care less. I honestly, this is a story. This is a news story for sure, and it's a big deal in Texas. But what do I care if Democrats from Indiana go to support their fellow reps in Chicago from Texas?
Well, we always claim on this program we hate hypocrisy, right?
Yeah.
So it feels like if you're going to go somewhere to complain about gerrymandering, the state of Illinois is probably an odd choice.
Admitted by Pritzker, the governor.
Right.
He knows it's a mess.
Nobody has gerrymandered their state more than Illinois, yet reps from Texas, reps from Indiana, and other places are going there to complain about gerrymandering. It'd be like if I went to the state of Wisconsin to complain about fat people. Well, Wisconsin's known for fat people. Fat men, anyway. The chicks are cute from Wisconsin. If you've ever been up to Wisconsin, it's nothing but like cute, sporty chicks, hat, like hair sticking out of the ponytail with some big fat slob. Somebody that looks like Billy Bob from Varsity Blues. That's Wisconsin, summed up. But the state of Illinois, it's like SAT. Wisconsin is to fat people as Illinois is to gerrymandering. But yet it's ground zero here for the summit where everybody's going up there to bitch and complain about what the state of Texas wants to do. So that's why I think it's important. Plus, the last time your favorite Democrat pals from Indiana decided to hightail it out of town, did not work in their favor. They were slaughtered at the ballot box. That's how Indiana became like an overwhelming supermajority red state. That was the turning point right there.
I think one of the problems is, I don't know if people necessarily understand what gerrymandering is. So I typed in Grok. I said, explain gerrymandering as if I'm a 5-year-old.
Okay.
Would you like to see what Grok?
Grok is the AI feature of Twitter. Go ahead.
Imagine you and your friends are picking teams for a game, but instead of making the teams fair, one person gets to draw the lines on a map to put all their best friends in one team and leave the others out. Gerrymandering is just like that. It's when grown-ups who make our voting rules draw funny shaped lines for voting areas to help their friends win elections more easily instead of keeping it fair for everyone. It's not very nice, and it can make it harder for some people's voices to be heard.
And it's been happening for years.
On both sides.
Yeah. Like the Democrats have been doing this for a while, and now the Republicans are fighting back, yet somehow the Republicans are the bad guys for fighting back. Like this is where Rob Kendall and I disagree. Rob thinks it's completely inappropriate for the Republicans to even talk about this. And there are some political candidates that do too. The game has changed. It's not the 50s anymore. It's not the 60s anymore. Like, if you don't play the same game the Democrats are playing, you will be beaten. Donald Trump chose to take the high ground and not try to lock up Hillary Clinton and not try to indict Hillary Clinton. What did it get him? Impeached twice and multiple indictments of his own. So you got to fight fire with fire. That's where I'm at. Is it good? No. Do you like it? No. But the game is the game. And there's an old expression, game respects game. If they're going to play by prison rules, you got to play by prison rules too. Yeah. I'm an eye for an eye guy. That's me.
And the other thing is any of this going to happen? The redistricting? I mean,
maybe not in Indiana.
The courts, it seems like all the Republicans are fine with the way things are in Indiana right now. Hey, look, if I can get an extra seat, if I can flip a seat, fine. I'll take it. But it seems like there are many Republicans, and we sat here and talked about this with Governor Braun. It seems like there are many Republicans that are running the state, that are in the legislature, that are fine with the way things are right now.
Jim Lucas, Craig Haggard, Danny Lopez, just some of the folks in the House that have came out publicly and said, yeah, this feels kind of dirty. I don't feel like I want to do it. You know me. Don't threaten me with a good time.
No, I know.
If the other side is going to do it,
absolutely,
then you have to do it too. Like if the roles were reversed here, Nige, if this were a Democrat governor, don't you think they'd be doing the exact same thing? Hell yes, they would. Absolutely. And this is what's driving a lot of the Democrats insane. The Republicans are finally sticking up for themselves and playing by the same rules. They're not trying to be the we're better than you. We're going to take the high road. No, that's how you lost election after election. You got to play by their rules, man. It's a whole new ball game these days. Jim Banks, senator from Indiana, put out a statement, quote, this is in regards to the Indiana Democrats fleeing to the totally gerrymandered state of Illinois to complain about gerrymandering. Quote, I hope they don't tell them how they got annihilated in the next election after Indiana Dems fled the state in 2011 to Illinois.
Yep.
FOP President Rick Snyder.
Yep.
He takes a different angle here. Perhaps they should share how their capital city of Indianapolis is outpacing Chicago in homicides per capita by 15.8%.
Is that a crazy number? That's what everybody should be concerned about right there, FOP president. I understand what Banks is saying, but Rick Snyder is saying that the capital city of Indianapolis is outpacing Chicago in homicides per capita by 15%.
Once you factor in the population difference.
15.8% per capita?
Yes.
Good God almighty, man.
Right.
What are you guys worried about? Like seriously, what are these Democrats doing?
Now, wait a minute. Joe Hogsett said downtown is safe. Ryan Mears said downtown is safe. It's the safest place in the entire city of Indianapolis. But yet you're outpacing Chicago 15.8% homicides per capita. That's a pretty strong number right there. Nigel, where are we at with this? KFC. Now, I stand before you wearing a KFC T-shirt today.
I see that.
Purchased at Corbin, Kentucky, the first ever KFC. Yes, I bought the merch.
How much? Let me guess. $30. You spent $30 on that shirt?
It's about right. It's about right. I support KFC. And when you go to the first ever KFC, the Harlan Sanders Cafe.
Yes, I understand.
You got to buy the merch, right? You should see the prices on the Hammer and Nigel show T-shirts. But
I have.
KFC is bringing back potato wedges. Now, they ditched the potato wedges back in 2020, but they've never really found like a French fry that they can hang their hat on. So they're deciding to go back to the potato wedges.
Nah, too much potato. Don't make it.
Too much potato?
Don't. You don't have to complicate this. Crinkle cut fries. That's it. Crinkle cut fries are the bomb.
So hold on. Let me back up for a second. If you're somebody that likes potatoes and you order potato wedges, your counter argument is that's too much potato.
There's potato. The crinkle cut fries are potatoes too.
I like crinkle cut fries. If I'm going fries, I think I want to go crinkle cut fries.
It's too much. It's like you're eating bread. It's like no, I don't like potato wedges. I will never eat them. I will never order them.
Potato wedge dipped in ketchup? It's pretty good.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
So if given the opportunity, and let me open this up to the YouTube chat. Shout out to our YouTube chat. We love the chat.
Hell yeah.
The folks on the Twitter, the folks on our Facebook, hit us up at Hammer and Nigel. The YouTube chat, by the way, is at WIBC's page. Jump in the mix. If given the opportunity, do you want crinkle cut fries, regular French fries, curly fries, or potato wedges?
Curly fries, close second from Arby's. I'm telling you.
Arby's curly fries are good, but you know what? I'm going to go the other direction. Back when Arby's had potato cakes, they were better than the curly fries.
Wow.
But we don't have the potato cakes anymore.
Don't?
Thanks, Obama. I don't even know if it was his fault or not. I'm just blaming him for it. But where are we at? If given the opportunity. Oh, Kathleen jumps in on YouTube. What about tater tots? Tater tots, do they count in the mix here?
I love tots.
So potato wedges, tater tots, crinkle cut fries, regular fries.
Give me some of your tots.
Waffle fries.
Oh,
that's one of my favorites.
Curly fries. You can only pick one and the rest go away forever. Which one do you want? Matt Bear, we're going to need your opinion on this one.
Shoestring.
Oh!
Steak and shake, shoestring fries. You grab them by the handful and you just shove them in your mouth.
The shoestring fries at Steak and Shake, I dip into cheese sauce. Am I a weirdo for that?
Yeah,
oh, no, that's America right there, baby. Yeah, that's America. Looking at northbound 65 South Side stop and go traffic from Southport Road up to South Keystone Avenue. That's because of road construction. And southbound 6570 jam north split to the south split delayed 5 minutes because of construction. Eastbound 70 stop and go from Belmont into the south split. That is delayed 5 minutes. Inbound 70 slow after rural. On the east side, northbound 465 slow from 70 up to Penn Pike, and then again before East 56 up to 75th. Southbound 465 stop and go traffic from 70 down to South Shadeland Avenue. Boone County, southbound 65 slows before 267 down to the Dogleg and west side. Southbound 465 slow from Crawfordsville Road down to Rockville Road. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Under new ownership, visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for It's the Traffic Updates. WIBC Traffic.
I've got an update.
All right.
I guess Arby's has potato cakes back again. Now, they went away for a while, but I've had multiple people text me, including the crazy coupon lady. Yeah, they are back. Arby's has the potato cakes.
Love the potato cakes.
Take the Arby's sauce, the little packet, and squirt it on top of the potato cake.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just too bad you have to spend $80 every time you go to Arby's. But
right.
It's another discussion.
Right now, sunshine 86 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. We have a fun round of Is This Anything? That's coming up next.
Your future holds so much potential. The question is, are you planting the right seeds today to make it flourish? At Howard Bailey Financial, we strive to help you create a retirement plan that can adapt to your evolving needs, offering guidance to bring you clarity, confidence, and purpose along the way. Whether you're just beginning or refining your financial strategy, we're here to support you. Let's grow something lasting together. Text GROW to 888-262-1104 to start planning for your future full of possibility. That's GROW to 888-262-1104. Take the first step today. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Whether you're dropping them off for the first day of school or they're driving themselves for the first time, we know you have enough on your mind. That's why Hubler's got you and your family covered for 100,000 miles. And we want you to spend less on back to school. That's why you can shop over 2,000 vehicles and buy with zero down. Zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring us your old car for an immediate appraisal. Head back to school in a Hubler Q-certified vehicle with a free Carfax history report and a 128-point vehicle inspection. Hubler's got you covered. For 100,000 miles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Zero down delivers at Hubler. 'Cause Hubler's got you covered.
Select models approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Cover me!
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Buy more, save more at Scandinavian Designs Furniture.
For a limited time, save $200 instantly for every $800 you spend in our showroom. It's the perfect way to complete your look for less or splurge on your dream piece for your living room, dining room, outdoor space, home office, or bedroom. Stop by your local showroom today or shop online at ScandinavianDesigns.com. Scandinavian Designs Furniture.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll. Ooh, yeah, brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed, a program presented by the Attorney General's office here in Indiana. Reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every single week. Fast, easy, free to search at indianaunclaimed.gov.
Is this anything? An official on Long Island got very excited talking about next year's 250th birthday of the United States of America.
Cool.
It's going to be big next year. This country turns 250 years old, but he accidentally said something that people could view as sexual to the crowd.
What?
I don't think he knew what this term meant.
Yeah.
Check out what the county executive of Suffolk County, Ed Romaine, had to say about next year's 250th birthday celebration and the plans they've got.
It's going to be a gangbang like you have never seen. We're going to send off the rockets. We're going to enjoy our independence.
Stop it. Now, in case you missed that, because he comes right out of the gate with it, I want you to listen very closely to the very first couple of words on what next year's celebration's going to be.
It's going to be a gangbang.
That's something for sure. I feel bad for him, and I also feel like he's innocent. He doesn't know. There's, that term has a sexual innuendo in it.
Well, yeah.
That's...
like in the movie Old School, the pervert shows up. I'm here for the gangbang.
That's right.
Todd Phillips, the director who makes a cameo in every movie.
Luke Wilson opens the door. I'm here for the gangbang. This is something I don't think he meant any ill intention whatsoever.
Can I hear it one more time, Allison, please?
I think it's funny. I do.
It's going to be a gangbang.
This was again, talking about America's 250th birthday celebration next year.
It's going to be a gangbang, Nige. Now, that is something I think our YouTube chat can get behind right there. There you go. Is this anything?
Oh, wow.
A recent Air France flight had to make an emergency landing in Canada to save a woman's life.
Oh.
But she seems pretty ungrateful about it. Here's the pilot explaining the initial situation.
Okay.
Then updating the passengers on the woman's reaction. Some people would call it a rude gesture to this pilot, maybe saving everybody's life.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. One of our passengers needs some medical care. We asked for a doctor. Nobody was on board. So we are now diverting to St. John in Newfoundland, Canada. And we will have to offload this passenger to the hospital. This is your captain speaking. You'll be happy to learn that our passenger, which we saved her life, and she was a bit angry to be offloaded with the aircraft. And she gave us the finger when leaving the aircraft.
Okay. Thick accent, kind of hard to hear, but he says, we saved the passenger's life, and then she gave us a finger. She gave us the finger.
What possible reason could... She's having an episode 30,000 feet in the air. Oh, there's no doctor on board. We're going to have to make an emergency landing. And then... later, the pilot comes on and is like, yeah, she wasn't really that grateful. And in fact, she flipped us off.
Thanks for saving my life,
screw her.
bleep.
I don't know the context or the circumstances. Maybe she was mentally incapacitated, or maybe she was just drunk and they wanted her off the plane.
No, maybe this isn't her dream trip. Maybe this was her dream vacation she was going on. Next thing you know, she's having her life saved by a pilot. So she's like, you know what? Screw this. I'm mad at the world right now.
I get it.
Is this anything? If you're wondering how advanced AI is getting, here's an example. There's a guy and his buddy. They put two of their phones together with ChatGPT saying goodbye to the other one with ChatGPT, and let's see how long it takes for somebody to hang up.
If you ever need to talk or need more advice, I'm here for you.
I appreciate that. It's always good to have a sounding board. I'll definitely let you know how it goes. Thanks for the support.
Anytime. I'm glad to be here for you. Take care and good luck with your chat.
Thanks a bunch. I'll catch you later and let you know how everything turns out.
So
Take care.
Hit pause. Hit pause. These are two different ChatGPT bots.
Right.
Talking to each other, trying to get off the phone with each other.
And it's a race to see which ChatGPT bot is going to end the conversation first.
Take care.
Sounds good. Talk to you later. Take care.
You too. Have a great one, and I'll be here whenever you need me.
Thanks. Looking forward to it. Enjoy your day.
Thanks so much. You enjoy your day as well.
Thank you. Take care.
You take care too. Talk to you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Catch you later.
See you later.
See you later. Have a great one.
So in other words, they haven't exactly quite mastered the GPT software yet.
Nobody wanted to be the first one to hang up. Like, nobody did right there.
Seems like a basic thing.
Right.
To me.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is zero and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Where the fight on redistricting has turned now. Showers on radar in southern Indiana, mostly cloudy in the Circle City. 87 right now. I'm John Herrick, and this report is brought to you by Moss Roofing. Here's what's trending at 4:31. Republicans' efforts to redraw the Texas congressional map to give the GOP a 5-seat advantage in Congress is being done now, and similar efforts are being considered in Indiana. Texas State Representative Gene Wu saying today he is staunchly against it.
This is an effort to stifle Americans who have had enough.
Texas Democrats are being fined $500 a day, and lawmakers only make $600 a month. The FBI has stepped in to track down the Democrats who walked out on the effort earlier this month. Indiana Democrats went to Chicago today to support the Texas Democrats. Hundreds of bronze vases worth more than $170,000 were taken from headstones over the past week at New Crown Cemetery in Indianapolis.
So far, we've been out on the grounds trying to surmise how many vases are missing, and we have counted 246 vases missing, and we are still walking the grounds to get a final number.
Linda Gillette is the cemetery's general manager. She says this is the second time that such thefts have occurred at the cemetery in the last 2 years, and she says families will have to cover the cost of the stolen items. Police are trying to find the thieves. President Trump is ordering more National Guard troops to Washington, D.C. to crack down on crime in the nation's capital with a 24/7 presence starting this evening. Fox's Jill Nato.
Officials say 800 National Guard troops and 500 federal law enforcement agents are being deployed to the city, but some residents are saying the president's actions are heavy-handed.
I'm a little fearful now, with like the National Guard.
I feel safe walking through the city each and every day. I feel safe, so we don't need troops in the city.
Current law gives the president power to take over Washington's police for up to 30 days. After that, it'll be up to Congress to extend it. In Washington, Jill Nato, Fox News.
The president also saying today that he will not negotiate territorial issues with Russian President Vladimir Putin during their summit in Alaska this Friday. He says there will be consequences for Putin if he does not agree to stop the war with Ukraine after the summit. A new device is capable of spotting meningitis in babies with 94% accuracy. The non-invasive ultrasound device is an alternative to a spinal tap where a needle is put into the lower back. It was developed by scientists at the Barcelona Institute for Global Health. And it's time for your WIBC closing bell report. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished the day up 463 points to 44,922. The S&P 500 was up 21 points today to 6466, and the NASDAQ finished ahead 31 points to 21,713. It's 4:34. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. I've been working out there now for nearly 2 decades, and let me tell you, it works. I'm in my 70s now, and I'm doing things on the farm that I couldn't even do in my 40s. Lifting and carrying, working the way I want to, without worrying if my body can keep up. Now that's real strength. That's real results. What makes Exercise Inc. different? Well, it's the people. The professional staff, many with over 15 years of experience, know exactly how to guide me, support me, and push me to be my very strongest because they know what works. It only takes 20 minutes a week. No wasted time, no crowded gyms, just real results. If you're tired of feeling weaker, if you want more energy and strength for everyday life, give this a try. The consultation is free, and I can promise you it's worth it. Exercise Inc. It's helped me stay strong for nearly 20 years. They can help you too. Go to exerciseinc.com today to sign up. They've got locations in Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, and in Fishers too. That's exerciseinc.com.
With traffic at 4:35, here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, John, west side, southbound 465 stop and go from 71st down to I-65, and again from 38th down to Crawfordsville Road. Northbound lanes also grinding, 79th up to 865. Eastbound 465 slows from Keystone Avenue over to Allisonville Road. Inbound 65, stop and go traffic 29th to Meridian Penn, and southbound 65, 70 jam, north split to the south split. Eastbound 76-minute delay from Belmont to the south split, and Southside northbound 65 slows before Southport Road up to 465. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We can't rule out a spotty shower or thunderstorm into early tonight with lows in the mid-upper 60s. Thursday's going to be a little less humid, but still on the warmer side with highs pushing into the mid to upper 80s with dry time as well. I'm with TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm Sean Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Look, we've all been feeling the heat. And that's why this is the perfect time to make that call to Universal Windows Direct so they can help you stay cool in your home throughout the rest of the summer and warm in your home all winter long. And this is the perfect time to call because what an incredible deal going on with Universal Windows Direct. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free. There's no limit. Got 8 windows that need replacing? You only pay for 4. It's that simple. And here's the part I really love. You'll get no interest for 5 whole years. That's right, 60 months of zero interest financing, which makes upgrading your home not just smart, but affordable too. Now, some restrictions may apply. So to get all the information and most importantly, schedule a totally free, no hassle, no obligation in-home estimate, call Universal Windows Direct today. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Check them out on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Hi, this is Zach from Ingledow Tree Experts. When it comes to the health and beauty of your trees, trust Ingledow Tree Experts. Our certified arborists ensure your trees are trimmed, removed, and cared for with precision. Summer is the perfect time to schedule fall pruning. Call now for your free estimate and let us handle the hard work. 317-903-0102 or visit ingledowtreeexperts.com for more information. Ingledow Tree Experts, where your trees come first.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Gotta love what Trump is doing in D.C., and now he's saying he might bypass Congress with national emergency orders to keep D.C. police control beyond 30 days, federalizing the police and law enforcement in D.C. He can't do this in every state, but he can do it in D.C., and he is not apologizing for it at all.
They've already arrested 100 people in Washington, D.C. 100. And really, the feds haven't even really got there yet. It's just the local police kind of feel like they've got support now. They feel emboldened that they're making some arrests and trying to clean this thing up. But you're right. For all the people saying, well, we need to do this in Indianapolis, we need to do this in Chicago, in L.A., D.C.'s different. It's in the Constitution that the president has the authority to protect the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Every other place, it comes down to states' rights. Now, if Governor Braun wanted to say, you know what, I don't like what's happening in Indianapolis. The 4th of July was an embarrassment. The curfew violation, it's not working. We're going to bring in the National Guard.
He could request.
Right. Governors of states can make that call, but it has to come from them. It can't come from the president. But D.C.'s different. So Donald Trump throwing out the idea that if he can't get congressional approval to go past 30 days in Washington, D.C., if things are still a mess, he might just go rogue.
Well, if it's a national emergency, we can do it without Congress, but we expect to be to Congress before Congress very quickly. And again, we think the Democrats will not do anything to stop crime, but we think the Republicans will do it almost unanimously. So we're going to need a crime bill that we're going to be putting in, and it's going to pertain initially to D.C. It's almost, we're going to use it as a very positive example. And we're going to be asking for extensions on that, long-term extensions, because you can't have 30 days. 30 days that's by the time you do it. We're going to have this in good shape. And don't forget, in the border, everyone said it would take years and you'd have to go back to Congress. I never went to Congress for anything. I just said, close the border. And they closed the border. And that was the end of it. I didn't go back to Congress. We're going to do this very quickly, but we're going to want extensions. I don't want to call national emergency. If I have to, I will. But I think the Republicans in Congress will approve this pretty much unanimously.
Okay.
You know, Trump has been on a roll in terms of ending conflicts around the world. Like he's averaging like one a month, like Congo and Rwanda.
Right. Some of the smaller ones, if you want to call it that.
Pakistan and India.
That's a big one.
There's one involving Armenia. It's crazy. And now he's doing it here in the United States.
Maybe this should have been first, like some people would argue. You know,
I just wonder how this Armenia thing winds up on his desk. I can get this done in a day.
Right.
And now he's saying, did you hear him say when he meets with Putin in Alaska to talk about the deal with Ukraine? He's like, I'm going to be able to tell within a few minutes whether I'm going to be able to get this deal done or not, this peace deal.
We'll have a lot more on that at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
The big Alaska summit with Pootie Tang. That's what's happening. But yeah, like he's done a lot of peace deals. The big one, though, the hanging Chad, if you will, is Russia-Ukraine, because he said he could end that in one day. Now, those were his words. Probably regrets saying that now.
A little more complicated.
Way more complicated. But the big meeting is coming up in Alaska, and I think Trump starting to get tired of Putin's crap. And we'll talk about that coming up at 5 o'clock. But before we do all that, we need the Attorney General of the great state of Indiana, Todd Rokita, to kick off some legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Crime, punishment, judges, legal stuff.
Legal stuff.
Legal stuff is now brought to you by Window Nation.
All right.
This month only, schedule a consultation and get 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could even get them with 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for up to 2 years.
No money up front.
866-90-NATION. Call a representative now, 866-90-NATION, or visit windownation.com. Proud sponsor of Legal Stuff. I'm going to read you a headline from Florida, Nigel.
Yeah.
Quote, Florida sheriff rips reprehensible lake brawl after 8 arrested.
Can I?
Now, hold on.
Okay, all right.
There's a video out there, went viral, of this big brawl, big fight that took place at some lake in Florida. 8 people were arrested, mainly in their late 20s or, late teens, early 20s, younger crowd. There was one dude who got arrested in his 40s. And I don't know if you've seen the video, but this is just, it looks like the Royal Rumble in WWE. There are fights everywhere going on at this lakeside. Now, where do you think this was?
First of all, I'll retweet it at Hammer Nigel, repost it, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, holy God almighty. What is going on? Polk County.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Polk County. My man, Sheriff Judd.
Sheriff Grady Judd in Polk County is ticked off. He's not very happy this took place in his county, and he is now threatening to, quote, unleash his officers in terms of arrests.
If you want to go knuckle busting and create permanent brain injuries or the ability to have a permanent brain injury, you can knuckle bust, you can create brain injuries to each other, but you have to do it on your own property without creating a disturbance to your neighbors. It's over, folks. I think I've said that enough. So the conduct is reprehensible, and obviously you don't believe us when we try to warn you. So you have unleashed the teeth of the dog, and now we're going to start biting you, just like we bit these guys here.
The teeth of the dog being his officers, and they're ready to start biting people, Nige.
I reposted a couple of different pieces of this. The sad thing is there's a little girl watching all this, too, like a 7 or 8 year old.
Oh.
And then there's somebody like getting their heart pumped, somebody that was knocked out that was like getting
like CPR.
So go to at Hammer and Nigel to check out the footage of this.
But I love Sheriff Judd calling his officers the dogs, and you're going to see the teeth of the dogs when we start making arrests. Fancy talk for we're not putting up with any crap. And this brings us to great moments in Sheriff Grady Judd history.
Absolutely.
This was the story about a prostitution sting where we thought it was just an ugly woman, but it turned out to be a man.
Jason Bathis from 43 from Davenport. This is our human trafficking and prostitution, folks. This Jason Bathis, okay, when he walks in, you think, well, I have set up a deal with an ugly woman. And I think you would all agree that this guy's an ugly woman, right? This is what you really get when the makeup comes off.
It shows the mugshot.
This is Jason Bathis. Now, I want you to think about this a minute, okay? You decide that you're going to hook up with a woman. She comes in, and she's already uglier than a mud fence, right? And then, as you start to engage, you find out, hey, this dudette is a dude, and look what he really looks like. You know, you try to drink him pretty, and you wake up the next morning, and you see this. Yeah, that's what we call Rolex ugly. Rolex ugly is you wake up the next morning, and they're laying on your arm, and your Rolex is there, and you just chew your arm off and leave the Rolex. You just got to get out of there.
Rolex ugly, the prostitution sting from Sheriff Grady Judd.
Been there, done that.
But the gold standard, it's still my favorite soundbite.
Okay.
If you ever consider going to Polk County and either shooting a school or harming children, understand who the sheriff is.
But if you come to a school in this county armed, we're going to do our best through either our guardians, our school resource officers, or our school resource deputy sheriffs to eliminate the threat outside of the school before they ever get to the children. We're trained to do that. Now, if you have trouble understanding that, let me give it to you in Polk County vernacular.
Let's go.
This is the last thing you'll see.
He's pointing a gun.
Before we put a bullet through your head if you're trying to hurt our children. We are going to shoot you graveyard dead.
Oh, I love it. Pointing the gun at the press, at the cameras. This is the last thing you're going to see if you try to hurt our children. We're going to shoot you graveyard dead.
Grady Judd in 2028.
Dude, I'm on board.
Unless Trump doesn't run again.
Like, I know everybody's into J.D. Vance, and that's fine. But if Sheriff Grady Judd runs, I'll follow that man anywhere.
Hell yeah.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Hey, check it out. You have more than $200,000 saved for retirement. I mean, I guess you could put all that money in the stock market, be gone the next day. Who knows? You have no idea what will happen with it. Or you could make a smart move, get a 20% upfront bonus and a competitive return that's averaged more than 10% annually over the last 10 years. Bill Demery is your retirement guy.
You could get an upfront $40,000 bonus when you invest with Bill Demery. And if that's not enough, you could get an additional 10% that first year. So let your money work for you. It's your money. Don't let the government have it. Don't let it waste away. Grow it with Bill Demery, your retirement guy. 317-648-5120. 648-5120. 317-648-5120.
The kids are heading back to school, and let's be honest, you're finally getting the house to yourself again, which makes now the perfect time to take care of that roof, siding, or gutters you've been putting off. And Moss Roofing is here to help. Moss Roofing has been helping Central Indiana homeowners for 34 years. They're family-owned, locally rooted, and known for doing things right every single time. Free inspections, honest advice, and top-quality work on roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. They treat your home like it's their own, and they clean up like they were never there. That's why they've got great reviews and a loyal following of happy homeowners. So don't put it off any longer. Let Moss Roofing check your roof, your siding, and your gutters to make sure they're ready for the winter ahead. For your free inspection, call 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at Moss, M-O-S-S, mossroofing.com.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln and Fishers.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Let's go!
If you have back-to-school shopping to do, then you should make Macy's your first stop, because Macy's has back-to-school styles from brands like Nike and Jordan, must-have denim from Levi's and Good American, and now Macy's has Abercrombie Kids too. It's all in one place, all at great prices. And here's another reason to come in. If you're already at Macy's and you saved so much, you could stop by the fragrance counter and pick up something for yourself too. The best back-to-school styles are here now at Macy's.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window, we mean business.
Big stories locally, big moves in Washington. WIBC.com keeps you updated throughout the day with all the news that matters, plus traffic, weather, and more on your phone, your laptop, wherever you are. It's news when you need it.
Matthew McConaughey, what's going on?
All right. Looking at the northwest side, southbound 465 stop-and-go traffic, 71st down to the 465-65 interchange. Northbound lane stop-and-go 79-2865, peel off east, slow out to Michigan Road. Inbound 69, looking at stop-and-go traffic from 106th Street down to 82nd. Inbound 65, a 9-minute delay. MLK down to the north split. Southbound 65, 70 delayed 4 minutes from the north split to the south split, and eastbound 70 running 5 minutes late from Belmont into the south split. East side northbound 465 stop and go traffic from 70 up to East 56th Street. Southbound lanes tight from 70 down to South Shadeland. Crash Fall Creek Parkway at Illinois. Crash 16th at Riverside Drive. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee-owned B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee-owned, trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, sunshine, 87 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center. And Nigel, earlier this week, AOL announced that they're going to be discontinuing dial-up. We talked about this a couple days ago, but no more dial-up. Anybody that grew up with that weird sound, going away.
Then you couldn't get a hold of it, like it tied up your phone line.
Right.
It would either disconnect or you would get a busy signal if you were trying to call somebody.
And when you're trying to download a dirty picture, it just took forever to download. Many are surprised it even still existed.
I was.
But
I didn't even know AOL existed.
Right. This isn't good news for everybody's grandparents. AOL going away.
Yeah.
Here's a tribute from Hammer and Nigel Records.
There it is.
Grandma lost her AOL connection. Dialing up since 1993.
True.
Soon she'll have no way to bet on football or slowly download Jell-O recipes. She was the queen of senior chat rooms, breaking hearts from sea to sea. Now all she does is watch for reindeer, but I'm sure that they exceed her download speed.
Top stories coming up next.
Everybody knows Hubler's got the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles. But did you know? Now you can get that same limited powertrain warranty on new Toyotas. Introducing the all-new Hubler Toyota. Get grand opening savings all month long. And right now, lease a new 2025 RAV4, just $349 per month. Or a new Tacoma, $299 per month. Plus, choose from Camrys, Corollas, Highlanders, Tundras, and more.
Hubler's got you covered.
At the all-new Hubler Toyota on US 31 South in Indianapolis. Visit HublerToyota.com. Grand opening savings and the best warranty around. 10 years, 200,000 miles.
Cover me!
Select models, approved credit, plus tax, tag, title, license, 249 dealer doc, RAV4 model 4432, Tacoma model 7540, 36 months, $29.99 due, 0 security, 10,000 annual miles, 15 cents per mile thereafter, expires 9/1.
Hey, my Galaxy Concrete garage coated floor is out of this world. Galaxy Concrete, they are the best in the business when it comes to concrete coatings, whether it's your garage floor, your basement, pool deck, any indoor or outdoor concrete. They did my garage. It's fantastic. In fact, they did such a great job. Had them come back and do the concrete floor in my utility room in my basement. Check out their website to see pictures. Get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com, or call them 751-9070 and tell them Nigel sent you.
When it comes to retirement, it's not just what you've saved, it's what you keep that matters. Howard Bailey Financial invites you to join our free educational event featuring nationally recognized IRA expert and CPA Ed Slott, where he will focus on strategies to help reduce unnecessary taxes, avoid common mistakes, and plan smarter for the years ahead. This event is ideal for anyone in or nearing retirement who wants to make the most of what they've saved. Reserve your spot at the Forum in Fishers on Thursday, September 11th by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today by calling or texting ED to 888-262-1104. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Everyone knows that PA Jewelers in Brownsburg is the place to get one-of-a-kind jewelry pieces. Diamonds, gold, gemstones, watches, everything. But PA Jewelers at the farmhouse is also the place to sell your jewelry, your watches, your coins, or bullion. PA Jewelers has the best prices and the best payouts. And they walk you through the process so you know what your pieces are worth and what you're getting. PA Jewelers at the farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg, or online at pajewelers.jewelry. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window, we mean business.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, what's been happening lately at a cemetery in Indianapolis that has people concerned. What the latest data says about how kids in Indiana are doing in the reading department, and what prosecutors are doing to help with child support. Those stories and more after Fox News on 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis, and it's now 5 o'clock.
Who's at the table? I'm John Saucier, Fox News. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky meeting with other European leaders in Berlin this week. Fox's Alex Hogan has more out of London.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is in Berlin, Germany today as European leaders raise their concerns ahead of President Donald Trump's meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska on Friday. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz organized today's virtual meetings to present a united European voice. Zelensky and Merz spoke with the leaders of Finland, France, Britain, Italy, Poland, the EU, and NATO, and detailed their phone call with President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. Zelensky said he warned Trump today that Putin is bluffing about wanting to end the war and called for increased pressure on Russia. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
The Trump administration wins a temporary appeals court ruling over foreign aid.
A federal appeals court is lifting a lower court ruling that had required the Trump administration to continue making foreign aid payments. Aid organizations sued, arguing President Trump is in violation of federal law by not spending money authorized by Congress. A district court judge agreed, but a ruling from the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals says that decision was wrong because those aid groups cannot bring a freestanding suit, ruling instead a challenge to the federal statute must be brought by the Comptroller General, who leads the Government Accountability Office. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Harvard University and the Trump administration getting close to an agreement that would require the Ivy League university to pay $500 million to regain access to federal funding and to end investigations. The framework is still being sorted out with significant gaps to close, but both sides have agreed on the financial figure. A settlement could be finalized in coming weeks. This would end a months-long battle that has tested the boundaries of government's authority over America's universities. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It might make you wonder who steals from a cemetery. Cloudy and 87 degrees with some rain popping up on radar south of Indianapolis. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:02. Hundreds of bronze vases and markers were taken from graves at New Crown Cemetery in Indianapolis over the last week.
We would like to say how truly sorry we are to families who have been affected. We understand these memorials are deeply meaningful and sacred places for remembrance. It has been a devastating event for our community.
The cemetery's general manager, Linda Gillette, says her staff is working with police to find whoever's responsible. The stolen items are valued at more than $170,000. New data shows Indiana's investments in early literacy are paying off. Literacy rates have increased across all student populations, with significant gains for black students and those in special education. The state's goal is to reach 95% proficiency for third graders by 2027. When you hear the term child support, you might wonder how often children are getting the financial support they need.
And now, a WIBC News Spotlight.
The state has what's called the Indiana Child Support Program. It's administered locally by county prosecutors, and it serves more than 200,000 families across Indiana. Last year, county prosecutors, county clerks, and the Indiana Child Support Bureau collected more than $498 million to be sent to Hoosier families. Kent Eastwood is the Boone County prosecutor, and he says his office got a chunk of that money that really made a difference.
But we have some great people that work in our office, and so we were able to collect last year $3.4 million for the people in Boone County, for the families in Boone County on child support.
He says you can always get in touch with his office to help out with that, and they provide free services.
Well, first off, if you're a Boone County citizen, I would send you to the Boone County Prosecutor's Office website. You can just make sure when you Google it and when you type it in, you would search for Boone County, Indiana, because there are other Boone County places out there.
And the number to call is 765-483-4485. But there's another way you can get in touch.
But also, there's a kids line you can call. There's a 1-800 number. It's for the Indiana Child Support Bureau. That's 1-800-840-8757.
August is Child Support Awareness Month, and on Thursday, you'll hear about the challenges that come with hunting for and providing child support. It's 5:04. You've got traffic and weather in 1 minute.
Golf fans, convention goers, and visitors of all kinds, welcome to Indianapolis, a great event hosting city thanks to Hoosier hospitality and terrific infrastructure like state-of-the-art stadiums, meeting spaces, and hotels, plus a world-class airport and interstates that make it easy to get around. But these buildings and roads don't just happen. They're built by men and women living here in central Indiana. Union members of Labor's Local 120 maintain and build Indy's roads, bridges, and highways. They're the ones you pass as you drive by the orange barrels. It's hard work, dangerous work. Yet there they are, working to make sure you have a smoother, safer ride to your event. And just like you, they'd like to get home safe too. So let's be mindful of the local workers who make the roads safe for all of us.
This is Chris Bricky, business manager of Labor's Local 120. Everyone deserves a safe place to work. Do your part in the cone zone. Slow down. Save lives. We're all in this together.
WIBC traffic at 5:05. Here's Matt Bear.
All right, it's a crash. Meridian at 57. Northbound lanes are stacked up right now. Crash Fall Creek Parkway at Illinois Street. At inbound 65, delayed 10 minutes. That's MLK to Meridian Penn. Southbound 65, 70, stop and go. North split to the south split because of construction. Eastbound 70, delayed 6 minutes. Hard again to the south split. And south side, northbound 65, delayed 5 minutes after South Keystone Avenue to the south split. East side, northbound 465, slow from 70M to Penn Pike. Southbound lanes stop and go from 70 down to 74. Inbound 69, stop and go traffic from 106th Street down to 82nd. Eastbound 465 slows after Meridian over to the White River. Northbound Keystone Parkway, Carmel, stop and go traffic before 116th past 126. Crash Fall Creek Parkway at Illinois. Crash 16th at Riverside Drive. Traffic sponsored by Compassion International. Thousands of kids in poverty have waited over a year for a sponsor, and their wait today. Become a Compassion sponsor. Text radio to 83393. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Cooling Weather Center.
We'll still track the chance for a spotty shower or thunderstorm into early Wednesday night as lows fall into the mid to upper 60s for what will be a slightly cooler night overall. This leads sway to a little bit of a less humid Thursday, but still warm and actually dry with highs in the mid to upper 80s under mostly sunny skies. Friday, though, we will very quickly turn back to being miserable with highs pushing back to the 90-degree mark under plenty of sunshine. There's a very low chance for a straight shower or thunderstorm then. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it! Let's rock it! Donald Trump warning Russia of severe consequences if Putin doesn't agree to end the Ukraine war. I don't see that happening.
You think Pootie Tang is scared? Like, I have faith in Donald Trump. I do. I like Donald Trump. I have voted for Donald Trump 3 times. But do you think Pootie Tang is scared of Donald Trump? I don't think he is.
The sanctions haven't worked. Russia is full of oil and full of energy, and China and India, and they're selling to those countries, and Donald Trump doesn't have an answer to that.
Or does he? Because I do like what he's been doing to some countries. Now, not everybody's going to abide by it, right? But some countries, he's gone to them and said, hey, I'm going to put extra tariffs on you guys if you buy Russian oil. So he's trying to build a coalition of people saying, screw you to Putin, and maybe that's how you beat Russia. You drain them financially. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know. I'm not a foreign advisor, but so far in terms of foreign policy, I will give the benefit of the doubt to the orange man here. I like what I've seen from the first term to the second term in terms of foreign policy. So if his angle is, all right, we're going to try to strangle Russia, it might not be us, but it's going to be other countries that used to buy them, but now they're maybe buying it from somewhere else. Maybe that's how you beat Pootie Tang. I don't know. But let's be honest. Vladimir Putin, not scared of Donald Trump. So this big come to Jesus meeting is Friday in Alaska. Donald Trump.
Don't know where it is, by the way. Clandestine. It's a secret location in Alaska. But the fact that Putin is in the United States of America negotiating things without the third party Ukraine is something to behold. That is interesting.
So I'll come at you with the glass half full, glass half empty argument, right? You can look at this 2 ways.
All right.
Yes, Alaska is a state. It's the United States of America. But where do we get it from? It was Russia. Got it from Russia. So Pootie Tang's like, all right, I'll go to something we used to own back in the day when it was the Soviet Union. Because nobody's more nostalgic about the Soviet Union than Pootie Tang, right? So it is what it is. Okay, it's the United States scoreboard, but it's not like it's in the middle of Iowa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not like Putin's coming to the White House.
Right. Now, Donald Trump has invited people of different ilk to places in the United States. He invited the Taliban to Mar-a-Lago. Remember that? That was a big controversy.
I don't think I remember that.
He invited the Taliban to Mar-a-Lago, and for a long time after that meeting, no Americans were killed overseas. It was like an 8-9 month run. So he's all about the deal. It's the art of the deal.
The United States purchased Alaska from Russia for $7 million.
TJ McConnell makes more than that. The Pacers' backup point guard, TJ McConnell.
He's a stud.
I love TJ
McConnell. But he's getting paid more than what they paid for Alaska.
Times have changed.
In 1867.
A little bit. I don't think you could buy a AAA Major League Baseball team for that anymore. Maybe not a double A. I don't know.
For $7 million? Hell no.
So Trump also had a phone call with Zelensky today. It was Zelensky and some other European leaders, because Zelensky is not a part of this big Alaska meeting,
So
right?
Zelensky's like, so wait a minute. You guys are going to like negotiate on my behalf on land swaps and stuff, but I'm not involved in any way, shape, or form?
Right.
And Trump's like, yeah, it's the way it's going to go.
That's how it is when we've given you all the money to fight your war, kid. That's how it's going to work. But Zelensky called it a, quote, very good call. Now, listen, I'm somebody that feels like we need to cut off funding this war. I feel like Ukraine has taken advantage of us. But to be fair, like I try to be as fair as I can, Zelensky, even when the Democrats in our country were trying to impeach Donald Trump in the House, so they were ultimately successful, Zelensky came out and said, yeah, the phone call in question where you guys said he was shaking us down, we got the money. We got the aid. Yeah. I don't know what you guys are doing. So Zelensky, to his credit, has been playing both sides of the aisle like a maestro. Like, an argument could be made that both Zelensky and Putin want this war to keep going because they benefit financially from it. Russia, because they're winning the war, and Zelensky, because he keeps getting money from the United States. Even Donald Trump keeps funding Ukraine in this war.
I don't like it.
I don't necessarily like it either.
I don't like it.
So, here is former national security advisor to Donald Trump, John Bolton.
Is that him?
The official John Bolton music. Bolton is not a big fan of the way this meeting on Friday in Alaska is going to play out.
The only better place for Putin than Alaska would be if the summit were being held in Moscow. So the initial setup, I think, is a great victory for Putin. He's a rogue leader of a pariah state, and he's going to be welcomed into the United States. Second, I have a feeling this is sliding very quickly in Russia's direction. We're not quite back at February the 28th in the Oval Office when Trump told Zelensky, you don't have any cards. But what's happening is that Russia and the United States are discussing what terms they're going to present to Zelensky. And it may well be that Zelensky has no choice here. Surrendering is always one way to get a peace deal. And it seems to me, you listen to Trump talking about how things are progressing, that even without the meeting, Putin's got his old magic back with Trump.
So Trump's former national security guy, who hates Donald Trump, John Bolton, feels like Pootie-Tang has all the advantage here. Okay, fine.
I kind of like Trump in the previous administration having John Bolton because he's a war hawk. He was like the guy on the leash. He was like Donald Trump saying, hey, like North Korea, for example, hey, look, man, I don't want to go to war with you guys. I don't want to. This guy back here that's in my ear, that's my advisor, he says we could probably annihilate you within 24 hours. Now, look, I don't want to do that. But that's kind of why I liked Bolton. And there's a lot to not like about him.
Right.
But
he's got TDS now because he got let go.
Yes.
But you're right. It was always Donald Trump's ace in the hole when he was trying to negotiate with people.
Sure.
Look, I want a peace deal, but this guy back here, and it's almost like that scene in Back to School where John Bolton takes like a napkin container and he just crushes it like Paulie did. He wants to bomb you guys back to the Stone Age, which might only put you back about 20, 30 years.
Yeah, we could do it. I mean, don't get me wrong. We could do that. But I don't want to do that. But this guy is in my ear, and so can we just kind of work something out? Art of the deal, man.
You know who hates John Bolton, Nige? I mean, just hates it. Can't stand him. Friend of the show, Bill O'Reilly.
Oh, we're going to talk to him here in a few weeks.
He's scheduled to join us here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He went on News Nation last night, and he heard what John Bolton had to say, and Bill was fired up.
If we're up to him, this will continue ad infinitum, with women and children getting slaughtered. He has no solution. Let me point out, he's all rhetoric. He's all hat, no cattle, as they say in Texas. And he hates Trump's guts. He hates him. He doesn't want him to succeed. So he'd rather have death and destruction than for Donald Trump to succeed. All he does is Trump's an idiot. Trump's wrong. He doesn't have a solution. What's the worldview? Let everybody die?
So that was Bill O'Reilly last night on News Nation.
He's right.
And he goes on, because he appeared for like 15 minutes. He goes on to say the solution is you bleed Pootie-Tang dry. You put the sanctions on him. You get other countries not to buy their oil. That's how you defeat Vladimir Putin in this. He doesn't have a lot. The reputation of Russia is bigger than what Russia has to offer right now.
The sanctions aren't working in terms of the United States sanctioning Russia, because they've got a lot of oil and they've got a lot of reserves and they've got a lot of things that commodities that they could sell to China, to India, and it's a problem.
But if you up the sanctions and you get other countries not to buy their oil, now you've got somebody willing to come to the negotiation table.
Sure.
That's what Bill O'Reilly was pointing at last night. Matt Bear, how are we looking on the roads today?
Yeah, Hammer, looking at the northwest side, southbound 465 stop-and-go traffic from 71st down to West 56, and then we hit the brakes again before 74 down to West 10th. Eastbound 465 stop-and-go traffic, Westfield Boulevard over to the White River. Northbound Keystone Parkway stop-and-go traffic from 116th Street up to Main Street in Carmel. Inbound 69 slows after 106 to 82nd. Inbound 65 delayed 8 minutes, 29th to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70, a 5-minute delay, Harding into the South Split. Southbound 65, 70 delayed 4 minutes, North Split to the South Split. And Southside northbound 65 slowing before Raymond into the South Split. That's a construction delay. Crash Meridian Street at 57th. Crash 16th at Riverside. Traffic sponsored by Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Honda of Fishers is now Great Lakes Honda of Fishers under new ownership. Visit them just off State Road 37 for special grand opening prices during their summer sales event. Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Right now, we are looking at 87 degrees at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center, and we need 15 people, just 15, to go to the WIBC YouTube feed. WIBC's YouTube channel. They've got live cameras of the Hammer and Nigel show. There's a live stream. There's a chat. Just 15 people to give us a like, to give us a thumbs up. That gets us to 100. 15 badass Americans. 15 proud Hoosiers. 15 people who would like to see producer Allison topless. 15 people. That's all that we need. That's it. Who's it going to be? Not all heroes wear capes, people, but we need you right now. WIBC's YouTube channel, 15 more likes gets us to 100. Are you okay with this? Next.
Hey, don't throw all your retirement and your savings into the stock market. You have no idea what's going to happen with it. If you have more than $200,000 saved for retirement, try this out. Make a smart move and get a 20% upfront bonus and a competitive return that's averaged more than 10% annually over the past 10 years with Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy.
Bill Demery, my retirement guy. He should be your retirement guy. He breaks things down in a way that you can understand. All you have to do is set up that free meeting. It's free. Talk about the $40,000 upfront bonus. Talk about how you could get 10% additional bonus the first year. 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120. Bill Demery, your retirement guy. Free consultation, 317-648-5120.
Whether you're dropping them off for the first day of school or they're driving themselves for the first time, we know you have enough on your mind. That's why Hubler's got you and your family covered for 100,000 miles. And we want you to spend less on back to school. That's why you can shop over 2,000 vehicles and buy with zero down. Zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring us your old car for an immediate appraisal. Head back to school in a Hubler Q-certified vehicle with a free Carfax history report and a 128-point vehicle inspection. Hubler's got you covered. For 100,000 miles, visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Zero down delivers at Hubler. 'Cause Hubler's got you covered. Select models approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old. Cover me!
Have recent storms caused damage to your roofing or siding? Cochran Exteriors is now offering free inspections to assess the condition of your home, from blown-offs to full replacements. Cochran Exteriors knows the insurance process and will make your home as good as new as fast as possible. Trust a company that was here before the storm and will be long after. For your free, no-obligation consultation, schedule today at CochranExteriors.com or call 317-ROOFING. Cochran Exteriors, referred for a reason for over 15 years.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Call today or go to bwindow.com and receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door.
Because at B-Window, we mean business.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Hammer and Nigel to 46220 today.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay?
Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show.
Oh, yeah!
The Pacers have announced that their opening night game this year is a rematch v. Oklahoma City Thunder. Cambridge Fieldhouse, Thursday, October 23rd, 7:30. Nationally televised on ESPN. Are you okay with this?
Game 8, baby. That's what I'm calling it.
Game 8 really?
In that 7-game series. Yeah, I'm okay with this, but I'm not going to lie. I wish it would have been something a little bit easier for the season opener because, again, Tyrese Halliburton is out for the year. He blew out the Achilles in that Game 7.
That blows me away every time you say that. It's like it's a shock to the system every time you say that.
I'm not over it. I'm still not over that.
Out for the year.
Because I think the Pacers win that Game 7, and we have a championship banner and a parade in Indianapolis if Halliburton doesn't get hurt. Because he came out of the gate hitting threes. He was confident. And even without our best player, the Pacers were in the mix in that game. They led at halftime. But, yeah, so it's a rematch against the Thunder. That's the season opener for the Pacers, October 23rd. It's a Thursday night. 7:30 nationally televised game.
What about Caitlin Clark? This is serious.
We need that groin to get better.
We need the groin to grow.
Yes.
The groin to heal. But it sounds like, I mean, she's not going to be. What's the timeline?
hopefully back by the playoffs, assuming the Fever make the playoffs. Right now they're fifth. 8 teams make the playoffs in the WNBA. The Fever are in that 5th spot right now.
They should have won that game last night, by the way.
And Dallas sucks,
I know.
too.
The Fever killed them when they were down in Dallas a couple of weeks ago. All right. Actor Sylvester Stallone, disco singer Gloria Gaynor, British actor Michael Crawford, country singer George Strait, and rock band Kiss will be recognized as Kennedy Center Honors recipients in the first awards gala held since President Trump's overhaul of Washington's prominent arts destination. Are you okay with this?
I didn't care when Obama was in charge.
Oh.
I do not care when Trump is in charge.
Wow.
I don't care about award shows. I really don't. And the Kennedy Senator Honors, okay, good for George Strait, good for Kiss, good for Rocky, but I just don't care. Like, I don't know who British actor Michael Crawford is. Disco singer Gloria Gaynor. Congratulations on I Will Survive. Everybody has heard that song before. But do I want to take time out of my day to watch them hold up a trophy and thank their friends? No, I do not. Like, if I want to see George Strait, I'll buy concert tickets.
Yeah.
If I want to see Sylvester Stallone, I'll either stream his show or I'll go back and watch Rocky or Rambo or Copland or any one of those old movies. I just don't care about these people.
Got time for one more?
Sure.
Do you want to...
You pick it.
Okay. Did you know that the word for the fear of long words is a long word? There's a phobia of long words. People have phobias of long words. It's, I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Sorry to freak you out. Here is a couple of YouTube video clips we found that feature that word.
Doctor, I think I have a fear of long words. Sounds like a classic case of hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia.
Have you ever been afraid of long words? Well, there's a word for that. It's called hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia. This 36-letter word was first used by the Roman poet Horace to criticize those who overuse long words.
So basically...
It was coined in its modern form.
So basically, a long word is used to describe the phobia of long words.
No, I'm not okay with this. They're trying to scare people. If you're somebody with a phobia of long words and you trot out there hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia, no, that's done on purpose. It's done by somebody trying to be cute, and I'm not here for it. I have very little patience for people trying to be cute. Whether you're somebody at the Guinness office making a long word, the scary word for people scared of it, or maybe you're the husband of somebody that is the chief of staff for Micah Beckwith, and you're trying to make the story all about yourself.
Oh, boy.
Stop being that way. Nobody's scared of you. Stop making the story about yourself and move on. And maybe that's a little personal for me because I got dragged into some sort of Facebook fight with the husband of Micah Beckwith, chief of staff, who's doing everything in his power to embarrass his wife because either he's got such low self-esteem he can't handle his wife having a high-profile job, or maybe he's just a moron.
I love the response you put up on Facebook. Stop embarrassing your wife.
Right. This guy's going on social media.
That's
and again,
rough.
He's the husband of Micah Beckwith's chief of staff. He's going on social media saying, all the hosts at WIBC are bought and paid for by George Soros. Like, that's so stupid. It makes him look idiotic, and it's making his wife look bad because she's married to this guy. Like, stop making your wife's job harder, moron. Like, do you really think the things I say, of all people, the things that I say about Ryan Mears and Joe Hogsett would be something that a George Soros boss would tolerate?
No.
Knock it off, you idiot. Stop embarrassing your wife. All right, Tony Kinnett, he's in Israel. He will call us from Israel coming up right after we have a look at the news with John Herrick.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
This is causing some stress for several people. Cloudy and 86 degrees on Monument Circle with some light rain on radar in southern Indiana. Lows tonight around 70. I'm John Herrick. Here's what's trending at 5:32. Some Hoosier families with loved ones at New Crown Cemetery in Indianapolis are finding out that hundreds of bronze vases valued at more than $170,000 were taken from headstones over the last week.
We have found vases, bronze vases, and some that aren't bronze but are metal, and had 2 bronze memorials that have been removed, but we found them and they're still at the cemetery, and we will replace those.
Linda Gillette is the cemetery's general manager. IMPD is working with Gillette and her staff on the case. 3 people dead and another missing because of flooding in Chattanooga, Tennessee. 6 inches of rain fell in the area overnight and into today. 2 adults and a child were killed when a tree was uprooted and fell on their SUV. The city's mayor has declared a local state of emergency. President Trump is prepared to meet in person with Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday, but Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has expressed his desire to be part of any peace deal meetings with those 2 world leaders.
He's seeing this as a kind of feel-out meeting. He wants to know if Putin is serious about peace and has really downplayed the idea that any major breakthrough would be coming from this summit on Friday. He wants to get a read on Putin, find out where his head is at and what direction this war is going. But following this call today with President Zelensky and European leaders, 2 of those leaders, the leader of France and of Germany, both said that President Trump told the group that his aim for this meeting is to obtain a ceasefire.
That's Fox's Alexandria Hoff. This meeting on Friday will be the first time that the U.S. and Russian leaders will meet in person since Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. A survivor of late convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein says it would be a huge error for President Trump to pardon his longtime associate Ghislaine Maxwell. During a recent interview, Haley Robson rejected the idea of a pardon for Maxwell, who's also a convicted sex trafficker. Robson says she was introduced to Epstein at the age of 16 and recruited girls for Epstein for 2 years. And the percentage of American adults who say they consume alcohol is reaching a record low, according to a recent Gallup poll, which says only a little more than half of their respondents said they consume alcohol, and the low metric was repeated across several demographics, including gender, race, and age. Polling also found that adults aged 35 and older were more likely to drink than their younger counterparts, and more men reported drinking alcohol than women. And with traffic at 5:34, here's Matt Bear.
All right, John, northwest side, southbound 465, stop-and-go traffic after West 71st down to Crawfordsville Road. And the northbound lane stop-and-go from 79th up to 865, delayed 7 minutes. Eastbound 465, stop-and-go traffic before Westfield Boulevard over to the White River. And inbound 69 is slow before 96 down to 82nd. East side, southbound 465, slow 70 down to 74. Northbound lanes tight from 70 up to Penn Pike. Inbound 65 delayed 5 minutes, 29th to Meridian Penn. Southbound 65 70, a 6-minute delay from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70 stop and go traffic Harding Street to the south split. And northbound 65 south side slows from Raymond Street up to the south split. Crash Meridian at 57th. Crash on the east side 42nd at Emerson. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now, employee owned. B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Your American Standard Cooling Weather Center forecast.
It was a less humid Thursday, but still warm and actually dry with highs in the mid to upper 80s under mostly sunny skies. Friday, though, we will very quickly turn back to being miserable with highs pushing back to the 90-degree mark under plenty of sunshine. There's a very low chance for a straight shower or thunderstorm then. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Stephen Deanna for 93 WIBC.
And I'm John Herrick on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest on the hotline.
He is an investigative reporter for the Daily Signal, the host of the Tony Kinnett Cast, weeknights at 7. And say what you want about Austin Powers, but the real international man of mystery is Tony Kinnett. Tony, where the hell are you?
I'm in Israel, baby. Sorry, you said Austin Powers, so I had to.
What are you doing in Israel? Why are you there?
Well, I tried flying to Chicago, and the pilot really didn't know where she was going.
Those damn DEI hires, Tony. Damn it.
No, I'm here with the Newsmax delegation. We're investigating a lot of different things. We're discussing things with various foreign ministry officials this week. We're taking a look at the border to Gaza. And then I'm actually getting ready to go back into the room and hear Prime Minister Netanyahu speak.
So are you in a safe region where, they're not lobbing bombs over there anymore, are they?
In Jerusalem, it's been a while since there have been any missiles thrown. There was an alert not too long ago. And then down near the border of Gaza where we were yesterday, there was artillery fire that was being launched, but that was very one-sided.
Could you see Gaza? I mean, obviously, the scenes, the pictures, the video that I've seen has just been decimated. Did you see any of that firsthand?
Yeah, it's just gone. I mean, there's really, and there are still people that are in the rubble, and still Hamas individuals that are in the rubble that are firing. We were able to see from a distance a little bit of activity, but the smell. I mean, you can literally, the size of the Gaza Strip is like the height of an Indiana county. The width is essentially just a couple of city blocks wide. So what you're looking at, you can see the Mediterranean from the right places. The breeze will come up over the Mediterranean, sweep through Gaza City, and carries it back to you, and you smell the blood and the rest of the sweat and the scent of death that comes through it. And it's horrific. And then you go to the kibbutz, the villages next to the border, and they show you the videos and the pictures and the bullet holes and all other kinds of, like the charred out vehicles.
The stuff from October 7th.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Tony, have you had a chance to speak to people, citizens, everyday folk? Are they still all in on this war? Do they want Hamas just completely eradicated? Or, like our media sometimes tells us in this country, there are a lot of Israelis that are like, this has gone on too far. We're tired of the fighting. What's the sense? What's the feeling?
It's really strange because we were actually speaking with several individuals in these kibbutz who live so close to Palestine, are some of the most left-leaning members of Israeli society. And then additionally, the people who were at the Nova Festival where the horrible slaughter took place, that was a left-leaning festival favoring peace with the Gazans, the idea of Palestine. And so right now what you're seeing is people who still think that there might be some good in them, but they're not entirely sure. It's very complicated. I do think that the argument right now is to whether or not you start brokering certain hostage deals if you can, and just complete and total control for eternity. That's what the debate is.
But I mean, Hammer mentioned Hamas. Hamas has been decimated, right? I mean, they are. I mean, back against the wall doesn't even begin to describe how destroyed they are.
Can I ask you guys a question? Have you ever had ants in your kitchen?
Oh yeah,
sure.
You ever stepped on a bunch and you've got to think, man, I must have got them all. And then 5 minutes you turn around and you're like, where the bleeps did all these ants come from? That's Hamas. Seriously, but really apropos because of the terror tunnels. I mean, it's a pretty decent analogy I stumbled into. When you look at the situation here, they've killed a lot of people in Hamas, absolutely. There is also a lot that remains.
Take us through an average night there, Tony, because I remember being told that the war in Ukraine is so just heartbreakingly horrible. But then Anthony Blinken went over there. He's doing karaoke. He's singing Rockin' in the Free World, pretending to be a government official on stage. Seems like it could be any town in America. What's the average night like where you're at?
Well, actually, in Jerusalem, it's one of the safest cities that I think I've ever walked. I walked from the King David Hotel, which used to be the British outpost in Jerusalem, back when they controlled it, all the way down to the old city. And I walked in the middle of the night, was chatting with family members, and it was completely safe. Well, that's because there's 2 or 3 IDF guards with assault rifles drawn about every city block corner. They take security very seriously. They don't screw around. And in the kibbutz, they lock the cities and the villages up at night. I mean, we're talking all of the barbed wire, the concertina wire, every little bit. There is a lot of concern because they are used to being bombed daily. There is a firm fighting, joyful spirit here, but it's not like everyone just kind of knocks off and says, oh, there's no threats, it's totally fine. Like in the wrong places, if someone starts speaking Arabic, ears prick up.
Hey, and Tony Kinnett calling from Israel here on the Hammer and Nigel show. I know you're there for work, and just by virtue of being in Jerusalem, you're in a pretty prominently mentioned place in the Bible. Have you seen any other biblical sites since you've been there? I know you're working. This isn't like a vacation or anything.
No, I mean, I had to make some time. So I got to read some scripture in the Garden of Gethsemane, which was really incredible.
Wow.
The Mount of Olives, where Christ is said to return one day to step down on. They actually, I can say this, there was a road that everyone in Jerusalem used to walk up to get to the temple, like all around the world. This is the main road.
Yeah.
They have just in the last year excavated it. Brand new, no one, and I'm going to, finally connections are paying off. I actually got to be one of the first people to walk on this road. I kid you not, since Christ walked on this road. It was incredible. And also to see the actual pool of Siloam, which is where the blind man washed the mud out of his eyes and could see. The actual real one, not the tourist one. So it's incredible. I mean, it's for some evangelical that grew up in Henry County, Indiana, it's a lot of seeing this stuff as a dream come true. I really can't believe it.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question. It's going to come off as me being a sensationalist, but I really don't mean this. But compare what you're seeing right now in a war-torn country, and maybe that's not a fair term, but a country where war is taking place, compared to the average Democrat-led city in America, whether that's Washington, D.C., whether that's L.A., whether that's downtown Indianapolis. Any comparisons at all, Tony?
Yeah, I'm really glad that you asked that question, really, because when you see people here, I talked about the difference between the left and the right. Both of them carry here in Israel. Both of them understand the value of the IDF. The question right now is to how much of the draft needs to be forced, even if there are religious exemptions. That's what the left and the right are debating right now, whether or not whether or not there should be a draft, but whether or not the Orthodox should have to put down the Torah for 4 hours a day and pick up a rifle. That's how seriously people are taking it, because they are in a 7-front war. So compared that to Democrat cities, you have all of these elites who pretend they're from the New York Times or the Washington Post or from the Indy Star. They say, oh, there's no crime in the city. And they get in their Ubers or they're out in the suburbs. And while the city is riddled with gunshots and drugs and the violence of youths and those drugged out of their minds, they pretend it doesn't exist. So, yeah, this is a war-torn country. That was the correct way to phrase it. But they are far more realistic about the dangers of the world around them than the people in Democrat cities are.
I'm sorry, you mentioned the word draft. Israel, isn't it the policy that that once you turn 18, you do have to serve 2 years mandatory service in the military?
I believe it's 3 years mandatory service at the moment.
So you're talking about something different when you mention draft then?
It's no. Right now there are some religious exemptions and there's a civil service option. But if you're an Orthodox Jew and the argument is that the job of an Orthodox Jew is to study scripture, like a minister exemption here in the United States.
I got you.
Right now the left and the right are arguing whether or not that exemption should be allowed, because everyone is like, we got to have the draft.
Tony, you mentioned a moment ago that you see armed guards basically on every other corner where you're at right now.
I'm just watching some walk by the window right now.
Are anybody protesting those guards? Because I know what's going to happen in Washington, D.C. Once Trump finally gets some members of the National Guard to walk around that area or to assist the police. There are going to be people protesting and throwing a fit and acting like it's the worst thing in the world. Is anybody protesting the armed guards where you're at?
If someone did, let's say that someone was stupid and ignorant and foolish enough to spit at an Israeli Defense Force individual in front, the IDF wouldn't have to do anything. The civilians, the moms, the dads, the grandmothers, the children would take whoever spit at the IDF person and stomp them into a fine pulp. Again, the pride that these people feel for their children who are serving to protect the country, it's something that our country used to have. And it's really an incredible shame to see it displayed so proudly here, and to see the service members of our own country treated so, and our law enforcement treated so horribly here at home.
Tony, can you stick around for one more break? I know we're asking a lot because this is a very long-distance phone call we're making right now, but can you stick around for one more segment?
Sure, I'm not paying for it.
There we go. Tony Kinnett, host of the Tony Kinnett Cast. He's in Israel. He's coming right back with us. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can make me feel like a spectator in my own life.
Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not for those with 14 or fewer headache days a month. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine preventive treatment.
Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, including ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Why wait? Ask your doctor, visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com, or call 1-800-44-BOTOX to learn more.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is $0 and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year, or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Attention Indiana homeowners. Are you dealing with a wet and moldy crawl space? Hi, I'm Adam Swain with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts dedicated to fixing your crawl space right the first time. And with our new no interest, no payment financing, you can get the repairs you need without breaking the bank. Don't let crawl space water problems dampen your spirits. Call Swain Co., Indy's most trusted waterproofing experts at 317-407-1868 or swaincollc.com.
Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers. Come see the full line of breathtaking Lincoln vehicles at Indiana's premier Lincoln dealership. From the moment you arrive at Tom Roush Lincoln, you'll know you've arrived. Shop over 200 new Lincolns in our state-of-the-art family-owned and operated dealership with no pressure. Just the award-winning service and respect you deserve, plus complimentary pickup and delivery for service. Luxury awaits you at Tom Roush Lincoln & Fishers.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Need better sleep? Upgrade to a premium bed now and get the rest you deserve at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. They make sleep easy.
Recovery is a journey, and no one walks it alone. The Supporting Sobriety podcast helps friends and families understand addiction, offer support, and care for themselves along the way. Hosted by Matt Baer and Ryan Hedrick. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
Yeah, Hammer. Here it is. Northwest side, southbound 65 at MLK. Serious crash reportedly involving two semis and a passenger vehicle. And southbound 65 at MLK, two left lanes are blocked and traffic is stopped past the White River to 38th Street. A 20-minute delay. Now on the northbound side at MLK, the left lane is closed by emergency vehicle, so this backs us up back to 21st Street. Delay time at 10 minutes. Inbound 70 slowing at Rural into the north split. Southbound 65 at 76-minute delay from the north split to the south split. Eastbound 70 delayed 3 minutes before West Street into the south split and south side. Northbound 65 stop and go traffic after South Keystone Avenue to the south split. That's because of construction. North side eastbound 465 stop and go from Westfield Boulevard over to the White River. Crash Meridian at 57th. Crash east side Emerson Avenue at 42nd. Traffic sponsored by B Window. Right now employee owned. B Window means business. Receive up to 50% off plus a free patio door. Trust a local, trust employee owned. Trust your home to bwindow.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
86 at the American Standard Cooling Weather Center at 93 WIBC. Back with Tony Kinnett, investigative reporter on the Daily Signal, host of the Tony Kinnett Cast. He is in Israel right now calling us. Tony, we kind of touched on the federal takeover of Washington, D.C. last segment. Trump goes out and says, all right, enough is enough. We're having the feds come in. Hexit's going to be involved. Pam Bondi's going to be involved.
National Guard.
National Guard. I'm curious as to your thoughts.
Good. The only thing that I'm disappointed about is that it is only 800 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C.
Why?
Well, for one thing, the city is a disgusting wreck. No, it's a fair question. The reason that I want there to be more National Guardsmen is that Washington, D.C. is our nation's capital, is a federal territory. It was outlined as such in the Constitution. The idea that we gave D.C. the opportunity to become yet another festering Democrat-run swamp, like every major city who goes that route, they never come back from it naturally. We see people, we see congressmen, we see people who I'm paying the taxes for, who are getting carjacked, who are getting beaten to death, who are getting shot in D.C. I'm there once a month about these days, and I don't walk down certain parts of the city after a certain time of evening.
Yeah.
And the National Guard is necessary here. Mayor Bowser has failed. Federalize the city, cut off a bunch of residential chunks, give it back to Maryland, fix it once and for all.
Tony Kinnett, the Tonus, he's in Israel. Be safe, my friend. We'll talk next week.
Thanks, guys. You take care.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Well, the big news is for the first time ever, Low T Center is now offering hormone replacement therapy for women. Ladies can come to any Low T Center, get a test that includes a full hormone panel and further analysis to treat the whole patient, looking at lab results and how you feel, to create a personalized hormone therapy plan just for you. Again, this is at Low T Center. Low T doesn't just affect guys. In fact, testosterone can benefit women as well.
Just imagine how much better you're going to feel when your hormone levels are restored to where they need to be, guys and girls. So get to the Low T Center and take the test. And when you're there, I'm telling you, it really is a one-stop shop for all things health. Ask about prescription weight loss medication, and most health insurance is accepted. FixMyLowT.com. Guys, girls, check it out.